Hello, everyone. Welcome to the PIPCAST 3000, which is a bi-weekly podcast every other Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm your host, Caedo Genesis, with my co-host, BADCOMPANYSARGE.
Hello there.
And we're here to talk about Fallout and Bethesda-adjacent open-worldy kind of things. This episode, our main topic, is going to be related to, drumroll please, New Vegas! The only Fallout game, according to some.
Yep.
And we haven't talked about New Vegas actually for a long time, Sarge. Like properly as a topic. Because I think, I don't know about you, but I have like not as much fatigue around Skyrim or around New Vegas as I do Skyrim, but it does happen with New Vegas as well. For different reasons.
Yep.
Because New Vegas is much more narrative focused, it's kind of the narrative, I kind of know what's coming kind of thing for New Vegas.
I very much get that.
Yeah, where in Skyrim it's more of an I've explored everything kind of deal.
Skyrim's probably the best of the games when it comes to just you're out in the open, go wherever you want, do whatever you want.
Yep. And yeah, also desert. But
yeah.
But the DLCs have some nice variety too. So anyway, our thing, Sarge has been amazing and kicking butt when it comes to making tier lists. I have seen them. And we're doing a tier list of the perks you get on level up in Fallout New Vegas. We're going to be rating them from S to D on which perks we think are the best, and we're hoping to maybe have a discussion in the comments and also that kind of thing with each other. Discuss things. But what am I saying? Help me out here, Sarge. How can we segue to...
I mean, we have a segue, which is, hey, and talking of discussions in the comments, we've got some comments in the cast. But first, thank you to Wasteland Legends Sven and Rose.
Thank you.
Help support the PIPCAST.
Thank you very much.
Now, continuing with the segue, people did comment last time, because last time we did a Fallout 4 ranking all the perks tier list. Mm-hmm. And if you thought that was long, there's like 50% more New Vegas level up perks.
Yeah.
But in terms of comment of the cast, Caedo, why don't you take it this time?
Oh my goodness.
What did Chad have to say?
Okay. Chad Harger, 9323, commenter from... for a long time, actually, made a couple corrections to our rankings in the tier list. One was Aqua Boy, D rank, because a hazmat suit gives the same benefits, and Scrounger. The downside is that the Cryolator Next Gen update ammo, nails, saw blades, etc., aren't included in a Scrounger drop table, and that part is true as well. I'm wondering if that includes the 7.62 for Nuka World stuff too.
I'm not sure. I do know Scrounger misses out on a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Because people always tell me it works with fusion cores. And all of the actual information I've seen about it says that it doesn't work with fusion cores. But people believe that it works with fusion cores. So if I say that it doesn't work with fusion cores, people will be angry at me.
I mean, do you need to have Scrounger to pick up like 4 fusion cores from an ammo box?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't.
All right.
But people get Scrounger and then they pick up 4 fusion cores and go, look, Scrounger.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know either way on it either, so, you know.
I mean, I know the answer. People just don't like the answer.
Oh, okay.
And I've had enough people getting angry at me lately. But, yeah, I agree with Chad on the Scrounger part, that, like, the downside is, especially the next-gen stuff, because that next-gen update added in a few really cool weapons where you just cannot get ammo for them.
Yep,
which is especially annoying.
Yeah.
But, the Aqua Boy point, there was actually a reply to this comment from Father of the Pigeons, who says, there's no way I'm putting on a hazmat suit every time I go into water. Which is understandable.
Yeah, also fair.
Like, a lot of us, hazmat suits, they weigh a bit too much for my liking as well, especially as someone who plays on survival mode. Like, it's nice not having to deal with the rads, but I'm pretty sure as well, doesn't a hazmat suit just, like, give you maximum rad mitigation, not full negation? So you'd still technically be taking on some rads?
I don't remember.
I think that's the case, but I'm not certain because I basically never wear a hazmat suit.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Like, yeah. So I disagree slightly with Aqua Boy, or the reasoning behind Aqua Boy, but I do back up the Scrounger reasoning.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes me wonder too. Sorry, I just heard a really weird noise.
Okay.
Is the hassle of putting on a hazmat suit worth taking off your armor every single time when you need to, like, go into a rad area or into water?
I mean,
Or
not if you're as lazy as me.
Or would you take the lazy route like me and Sarge do and just be like Aquaboy 1 and don't have to worry about it at all?
I mean, I'm the kind of person who doesn't even go with temporary benefit things like chems. I'm like, no, I want my character to permanently be in this one state. It means no changing of equipment, no
Let's
nothing.
not get crazy, Sarge.
Super simple. Alright. You know what is super crazy, though?
Oh, yeah!
Snowboarding, man!
It is!
It's totally gnarly to the extreme!
Bro, 2000s me lost it when SSX came out. I spent so much time in youth group playing on my buddy's GameCube, playing SSX. My buddy the Union, who was also on the Patreon, would choose Simon every single time. Simon spelled PSYMON because he's crazy.
So cool.
It's because he's crazy and awesome. So SSX was like the snowboarding game that was, I think, the wackiest of those kinds of like extreme sports games for snowboarding anyway, where like all the moves were insane, like the super moves you could do with each character. The reason I'm bringing it up is because there is a SSX Tricky inspired game that has just hit early access. It's called Tricky Madness, and it feels so much like SSX Tricky. It feels like just a modern, lovingly crafted start to a wonderful trip down memory lane, if that's the kind of game you're into. But even so, like, because of how crazy the moveset is and stuff like that, like, I'm not really a fan of sports games as a whole, but I'll get down on some SSX because it's crazy and fun. It's similar to like I don't play many racing games, but I sure as heck like Burnout because cars explode and I get points for it. Or I get more boost for it. Like that kind of vibe. So Turbo Dismount comes to mind too, but it's not really a sports game. It's just like do as much damage to the person you're controlling as possible, and it's fun. But yeah, I wanted to bring it up because I think this game deserves all the support to continue its progress. It has, I believe, 2 playable maps and 2 playable characters right now, and you can do like freestyle as well as race, standard race. But there's obviously more to come, so I wanted to shout out Tricky Madness because it's awesome, and
nice.
And we need SSX to come back in a big way because the reboot sucked and EA gave up on it entirely after that. Anyway, that's my little soapbox for now for games we're excited for. And speaking of games some people may be excited for or excited to win, mayhaps.
It's Gamma de Year.
It's Gamma de Year is happening
Gamma
soon.
de Year. Yeah. And there's controversy surrounding it this time.
There is.
There's 6 contenders for Game of the Year. We have Astrobot, Balatro. I've heard it pronounced so many ways that I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
I think you got it right.
Okay. Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantasio. One of those games is not like the other. In terms of one of those games is not a game.
It's not a game
of itself.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's not a game. And that's Astrobot. People calling it a game. Terrible.
Sorry.
No, I kid. Astrobot actually seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which is a DLC. And a lot of people are kind of up in arms being like, hold up, why is a DLC Game of the Year?
Yeah.
Why are we not just getting like Best Update or Best DLC? Best Ongoing even we've seen as a category before, and may well be a category this time as well. I've not actually checked.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So yeah, people are like, hold up, why is Game of the Year not a game but a DLC?
Yeah.
And for possibly the first time in a long time certainly, I'm kind of on board with the internet outrage. Not quite to the extremes that some people are obviously going to take it, but I also agree that a DLC probably shouldn't be Game of the Year.
It's a weird I mean, it's going to be a nuanced take for some people still, obviously. But I'm pretty sure Elden Ring already got an award as a whole, as Elden Ring.
Yeah.
So joining Game of the Year nominees again and not giving any new blood a chance because it's freaking Elden Ring. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think's going to happen? I mean, the competition is there for sure, but I do wonder, like things like Balattro's been huge. Black Myth Wukong it's a new IP, and I don't know how that's gonna go. And Astrobot, it surprised everyone. So like,
Yeah.
the ones that are here, I don't know. I feel like full projects versus an expansion is I mean, it's one of the things we complained about in the gamer list when we were talking about like when they were judging full ass DLC locations versus a single shack and treating them as if they're comparative, which they're not really. So
like, honestly, I'd understand this being in contention if there weren't other categories that it could work with, or if it wasn't for the fact that there's new categories that come up every single time pretty much. Like, I'm genuinely surprised there's not just a best DLC category
or best expansion category.
Yeah,
just because this is a full-on expansion. Because DLC can be pretty much anything at this point. It is a kind of a catch-all. Expansion does invoke the thought of like, oh, this is a whole area that was added or something along those lines. Which
considering like the amount of stuff we've got.
Yeah.
Like, we've got best adaptation before we got like best expansion / DLC. We're having TV shows and movies rated before, like, added content. The closest thing we do have is the best ongoing. And there's only, like, 5 games in the best ongoing, so it wasn't like there were too many options here. Like, we definitely could have had this as best ongoing Elden Ring for this one huge expansion. But, yeah, instead they were just like, nope, give it Game of the Year.
Yeah. What my preference is, and there's a lot of bias, obviously. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would be
shocked.
obviously my go-to. But I would even be okay with that, you know, not winning if it meant that the other 4 had a chance. But
I mean, we also haven't brought up that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is kind of remake / well, it's a remake basically, kind of. It's a weird remake, but that hasn't even come up as like a controversy or anything because we've got a DLC expansion in here. Whereas if Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree wasn't in here, I'm sure people would be like going, oh, we've got like a remake in here, should we allow that? Should there be another category? That's been entirely eclipsed by an even bigger issue this time.
Yeah, well, it's rebuilt from the ground up entirely as its own story.
Think it is,
you know,
like, personally, I would go on the side of you can allow it.
Yeah.
But I also do think there is a worthwhile discussion to be had over remakes and remasters and should there be separate categories and stuff.
Yeah. The degree of
Final Fantasy VII is like such a different
the
game.
degree of remake and what even the word was being used as for like the first in the Final Fantasy VII remake series, when it's remaking the whole kind of story almost. It's wild. But I don't have enough time to gush about it because we have a topic that's going to take plenty.
Oh yeah, 5-hour episode, everyone.
Yep, 5-hour episode. Here we go. 6 seasons in a movie. Is that the
6
phrase?
Seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie. Okay. Ultimately, Elden Ring had its moment, and also Shadow of the Erdtree is the only one that was reminded to me it has a barrier for entry, because this is not just fire it up and play it. This is, you have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours on Elden Ring to reach the Erdtree DLC.
Yeah, there's like a mid-game boss you have to beat.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? That, so you can't. Is it a Game of the Year contender if you have to get through the other thing first? Like, man, I don't know. Whereas all the other ones are plug and play.
Yep.
Even the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake series.
Yeah.
That you could just jump in. It's not. You don't have to play the entire first of the 2 games so far to do that. So
I'm very much in the headspace of Shadow of the Erdtree does deserve to win some awards, just not Game of the Year.
Correct.
DLC or Expansion of the Year, 100%. Fine with that. And I'm sure there's other things it can be awarded with too, but it feels a bit odd it being Game of the Year.
Yeah. I want to make sure that we acknowledge that Elden Ring is a masterpiece according to a lot of people. So, and I absolutely respect that aspect.
Yep. I've not played it, but one day I will, and then I'll make up my mind.
Yep. And I can't wait for your notes on it because I will vicariously experience it through you. So that's how it's going to be too. Yeah, Game of the Year is still a popularity contest. Like even the jury that they choose, they all have their own biases and know what they're going to vote for usually before they even do. And also, a lot of them don't have the time to play all the games that they're voting on. So there's also that. These are still people voting with all the nuance that comes along with that too. So yeah, I usually just go for the trailers anyway, or watch for the trailers. I've never been to the Game Awards. I don't know if I would wanna.
I stopped caring about like Game of the Year when we stopped getting like boxed Game of the Year editions of games, which were just the game with everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as my emotional attachment went.
Yeah.
But something I'm definitely going to get emotionally attached to is Avowed.
Yeah, man, I hope so. I hope we both do.
Yeah.
I hope we're just going on dates with Avowed for
all the time.
for like a few months at least.
Yeah. I do hope it's good. And Caedo has linked a video by Mortismal Gaming.
Yes.
Who I'm sure at least one person watching will have heard of because they have many subscribers. Yes. They're a YouTuber, and they made several Avowed videos because they got to play it for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And what we're looking at mostly here is their skill tree breakdown video, and this is D&D characters.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to convince me otherwise. I've literally been making a new D&D character recently. Like, we've got Barbarian, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, and Wizard.
Yeah.
As the classes. There's a few other classes, Chanter, Cypher, and Priest.
Yeah.
But
I will say, though,
that's just like Cleric, Sorcerer, and Warlock.
When he's talking about it, those are what were in Pillars 2. The Avowed system has been kind of made more fluid for, like, choosing... like multi-classing and stuff like that, as well as removing Chanter and Cypher entirely because it doesn't translate very well to the type of game that Avowed is. Unfortunately, because I liked the concept of Chanter and Cypher. So Cypher is like a mind mage kind of thing. Chanter is like a combat bard. So imagine somebody just chanting endlessly in a combat encounter and then shooting guns at people. That's the Chanter. So would be interesting, but in first person adventure kind of thing, like Chanter would definitely get repetitive for sure if you were just chanting the same thing over and over every time a fight kicked off. So I get it.
As opposed to my Barbarian who rages and then hit things.
Yes. Very simple, very straightforward. But it's not, but it's not chanting the same phrases over and over and over.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we've got the simplified Fighter, Ranger, Wizard, and Godlike skill trees.
Yes. Gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah.
He also went into describing the grimoire type of thing that I mentioned to you last time I was talking about playing Pillars of Eternity, where it's just you can pick up a grimoire, which is a spell book, and you can memorize spells off of it to add to your own repertoire, along with the spells you get from leveling up and stuff like that. So there's a chance of like you getting a spell that you don't have, but just having it at hand with a grimoire until you like get rid of it or memorize it off of the books. Very, very cool, simple way of getting different spells, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll say the skill trees in general do look promising. There's a few things which are like basic perks, which I've complained about in the previous tier list video. Like we've got Wand Mastery here, which is like rank 2 and 3 is increased damage with wands by 40% or by 50%.
Yeah.
Which, bit basic. There's also like lots of interesting ones, like Fan of Flames, where at rank 2 it's use both hands to create 2 cones of fire covering a larger area and dealing double the damage and fire accumulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool ability.
Yep.
That's on the same tier and everything. So rather than just like damage boost, it's now, hey, you shoot fire out of both hands at once and burn everything.
Yeah,
it's there's definitely interesting
looking
skills.
like it's got a bit more of like the Skyrim-ish variety when it comes to magic, where it's got like the bonus ones and then, or the damage bonus ones, and then it's got the cool like extra things that you can do.
Yeah.
On top of that, at least that's kind of how it feels to me.
I mean, in general, the skill trees look interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
You still got your basic ones, but there's plenty of interesting things to get excited over.
Yeah, I think so.
I still haven't worked out what my first character's going to be.
Oh.
Which I feel like I should probably figure out at this point.
Yeah.
Because the game's getting closer.
It is.
But it's not here yet, so I'll push it back even further. And a game that is out right now is Stalker 2.
Hey.
Heart of Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Wait, I've just noticed the spelling of it. Is it not Chernobyl? Is it Chernobyl? Is it a different place?
I was informed that is the Ukrainian spelling of Chernobyl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only ever seen it spelled a different way, which now, annoyingly, I can't even remember how I've seen it spelled. I just know there's not as many O's.
Yeah, because GSC Game World is, I believe, a Ukrainian studio. So, yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense, then. Yeah, but Stalker 2, it's out.
It is.
Caedo, you have stuff to say about it, because I've really not seen much of it. I see that all reviews are very positive. Everyone clearly loves the game, and there must be no problems.
No problems.
I say, looking at exactly one screen and no further delving.
So, a lot of people just wanted Stalker 2 so bad because it's been a very, very long time since a proper sequel for the Stalker series. I will say, like, without looking too much into the negative reviews, because there are some, or some critiques from reviewers I've listened to. And this is not any personal take, my take with a grain of salt. What a lot of people expected was also, a bit of a buggy game. Q&A stuff you're probably going to run into when it comes to like game balance or enemies bugging out a little bit or things not working as they're supposed to, or it feels that way when you're playing it. But some of the positives I've been seeing too are like it's still nailing that Stalker atmosphere. When the storms hit, it's really exciting. When you're dealing with anomalies, there's different things to be worried about when you're in an anomaly field, and you're just like, uh-oh. I know in the trailer for Stalker 2, saw one of the like wind or air anomalies just like pick up one of the dogs and just shred it in the air, and you're just like, uh-oh. So I think, I mean, I'm waiting on it myself because I know that I don't have the patience as much anymore for like a buggy experience, and that's the vibe I'm kind of getting right now, is like it needs a little bit of tweaking to get up to par. But from what others are saying, it's what they wanted. It's very fun, and they have a little bit more of a, give it a bit more of a pass than I do too for that aspect. So yeah, if you feel like gambling $60 USD on Stalker 2 or can find a discount on it, do so. But yeah, it's a $60 game, and I am gonna wait. So that's my feel. I just wanted to mention it to other people in case there's some Stalker fans out there that didn't hear about Stalker 2 coming out, because I did cover Stalker. What? Oh my god, I can't remember which one I talked about in the Games for Fallout fans.
You covered one of them.
I did.
And you know what? If people want to learn what it is, they'll have to go and watch the Games for Fallout fan video. That's the only way now. Sorry, everyone.
Won't stop me from feeling dumb, you. Sarge.
No, it's fine. They'll just have to go and watch the entire video and like and comment and subscribe in order to, find that out.
Yeah, go watch my Games for Fallout fans. Yeah, that was totally a setup for that instead of me forgetting what I've done.
if you are a Fallout fan, you're gonna love the remaining 2 hours of this podcast. We got so many perks to go over, Caedo.
Oh boy, yes we do.
Okay,
I need
let's
to
transition to the perk chart thing.
Yeah, let's figure it out. I have to open up the crap stuff. Okay, yay! Welcome to the Fallout New Vegas level up perks tier list, ultimate tier list, which is definitely objective, and there's no opinions here. It's all 100% truth and accuracy.
We have never, ever, ever made a mistake in a tier list, and that's not going to start
And if you disagree, if you disagree, hey, it's okay to be wrong.
It's fine.
So just start a fight immediately.
Well, I'm going to start a fight with you, Caedo. Action Boy and Action Girl deserves to be C tier.
What?
Yep, that's right. I said it. C tier. This perk isn't that good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what is your reasoning?
It just gives you like plus 15 action points, which isn't a huge amount, and it's only useful for VATs. Like, that's literally all it is useful
That's
for.
right. That's right, Sarge, because we don't have a sprint button in Fallout New Vegas.
And I think it's like a weird, bad midpoint for VATs in New Vegas, because like in the classics, VATs was basically, well, not just VATs, but action points and sequence and all of that stuff. Action Boy and Action Girl, that makes way more sense. It's your actions and stuff. It's
your core. It's your action economy.
Yeah, like it's how you do everything.
Everything. Yeah.
And then in Fallout 4, as well as VATs, it was also like holding your breath for snipers and scopes. It was sprinting around the place. It had a bit more utility to it. In New Vegas, it is literally, here's how many shots you can take in VATs. It's determined by your action points. That's all action points do.
Yeah,
They're just
and
not
New Vegas was the one where you're not a god anymore and can pretty easily die in VATs. Too.
Yeah.
If you're not paying attention.
Like, yeah.
So,
like, I don't think VATs is necessarily bad in New Vegas, but spending one of your very rare perk points on a perk which just gives you a few more action points isn't good. I don't think it's quite D tier, because if you are playing a very VATs-focused build, it can be useful, but no higher than C tier.
New Vegas also has a pretty finite amount of perk choices when it also has maybe the most options.
We've got over 100 perks to go through, Caedo.
It's a lot. Okay, so adamantium skeleton, right?
Man, I also want to put this in C tier.
Okay.
So my problem is, I don't think adamantium skeleton's a bad perk. I think limb damage in New Vegas is like a problem, and it is something you'll need to manually heal with doctor's bags or specifically using a stim pack on that limb. My problem is that adamantium skeleton reduces limb damage by half, and that's it. If it removed limb damage, this would be like a high B tier perk, I'd say. But as it is, it just slightly delays when your limbs are gonna get hurt. And most things that really mess up your limbs instantly, adamantium skeleton isn't really going to stop that all the time. Like, if you step on a mine, your leg's breaking.
Or you die instantly.
Yeah. Like, leg breaking is the good outcome. And adamantium skeleton, like, maybe if your limb was already at full health and you step on the mine, then it's like, hey, guess what? Your leg's not quite broken. But, yeah, it's just... all it does is reduce limb damage by half. Not worth it, in my opinion.
I almost want to make an argument for B tier because of the amount of crippling as well as just mines set out everywhere in New Vegas.
If it reduced it by... you know what? If it was like 75% limb reduction, I'd be like, you know what? B tier, I can accept that. But it's only half. All it does is slows down when your limbs cripple. It's just not good enough for me. I'm willing to put it above Action Boy and Action Girl. I'm fine with that. Okay. But I don't think it can be B tier.
Okay. And we know about the challenge perks and the bonus perks too. There's also one that you get if you get crippled limbs so many times, you also get a bonus perk because of the amount of times your limbs got crippled.
Yeah.
That also has a similar effect to adamantium skeleton.
Yes.
Which I believe they do stack as well, but once you have that challenge perk, I give it to myself by just dropping mines and shooting them. Like once you have that, you have less reason to get adamantium skeleton even more. So I don't know. I guess I just convinced myself it is a C.
Yeah. Keep in mind as well, you get 25 perks. That's like maximum in New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
There's over 100 choices. We're gonna have to be strict on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that means we can move on to the next one. Ain't like that now. Oh, sorry, an American should say this one.
Ain't like that now.
There we go. That's much better.
Yeah. I tell you, that's such a bad Southern accent. Oh my god. Why would you make me do this, Sarge?
Sorry, so this is your negative karma one?
This is a karma reset one, isn't it?
Yeah, which resets your karma to 0, and then it gives you plus 25% AP regeneration rate, plus 20% attack speed, and immunity to critical hits against you. Those are...
And this is
good bonuses.
Reset to 0 as good, or...
karma less than negative 250, so bad karma.
But it resets it to a good alignment?
No, it resets your karma to 0.
To like neutral then? Full neutral?
Yeah,
okay.
Full neutral. That's what all of the karma perks do, except the middle one, which just leaves your karma alone.
Isn't this at the end of the, like...
You need to be level 50 to get this. This is the kicker. Yeah. Like, the effects are good. Like, the effects alone, I'd be like A tier, maybe S tier. But the problem is you don't get it till level 50.
Yeah, you've done pretty much everything.
Yeah.
At that point.
Like, your final perk is basically going to be one of the 3 karma perks, because they give really good effects. But you've beat the game and probably all the DLCs at that point. Mm-hmm. You're done with your playthrough. You're running out of things to do. So, I think we can put this in B tier.
I think B tier, yeah.
Like, it's a good perk. Like, it's just you don't really get to use it.
It's like, I even imagine like some players just won't get to that point.
Oh,
like
definitely.
Because you can, unless you're farming, like I do. I farm the fiends a lot,
mm-hmm.
and that just racks up experience too as you do it. Like I don't see too many people like getting to that point, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's not a dig on anyone. It's just like you do run out of things to do in New Vegas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think B is a good rank for that one, I think.
Yeah. And next up is you should say
objectively.
Yes, objectively. We are always
objectively, because we're always right.
Yep. We're now on to alertness, which gives you +2 perception when you are crouched and still, and level 12. And need your perception between 6 and 9.
It's D.
Yeah, we put it in
It could be below D because of the requirement. But yeah.
It's
really
like
dumb.
so conditional. So conditional for a 2-point boost to a special stat in one situation. Intense training exists. It may only be 1 point, but it's all the time.
Yeah.
Alright. Don't worry, everyone. We're not putting all of them low down, though. Because
correct.
We have and stay back as the next perk.
Oh, it's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Yep. This is the one which gives you knockback on enemies when using shotguns. And the reason why it's so good is that it is a 10% chance per pellet. And shotguns are obviously a bunch of pellets. So you're basically just rolling a bunch of D10s hoping to get a 0 on any one of them.
Spoilers. Guess how I beat my playthrough in Fallout New Vegas.
Was it with and stay back?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was with my lever action shotgun.
Yeah. I on my Bad Company Builds channel, I've got a New Vegas build up, and people have been like, "Hey, why didn't you go for all the overpowered shotgun perks?" And I was like, "Because shotgun was only part of this, and if I went for all of them, it would just be a shotgun build."
It would just be a shotgun playthrough. Yeah.
We're putting this in S tier, right? There's
there's
no need for discussion.
Easily.
New Vegas has incredible shotgun perks. Like, it's just really, really good.
Yeah. I would argue it's probably the game with the best shotgun perks.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like,
yeah.
If you want to play a shotgun character, New Vegas is the place to go. Weirdly, I think 76 comes in at second for the perks against shotguns.
I get it. Yeah, no, for sure. Because and just the options too.
Yeah.
Like 76 now has the most options when it comes to shotguns too. New Vegas was king of that, and now now 76 is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Angry comments. Angry comments.
Yep.
It's fine.
That is objective, by the way. that's not a lie.
No, doesn't matter. All right. Well, let's all be friendly, everyone, with our next perk, Animal Friend.
Animal Friend, yeah.
So, this is the one which makes hostile animals neutral at the first rank, and then at the second rank, they basically become friendly and they'll assist you in combat if you're getting attacked.
Yeah.
In terms of an effect, that is really good. The problem is you need to be Charisma 6. Like, that's the big problem. You also need Survival 45, which is an additional requirement, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
But the 6 points of Charisma in a game where Charisma 1 is the best way to play.
I don't know. Well, if there were any Fallout game besides 2, and it's very clear mechanical benefit to charisma, if there were any game in this series where I would play a mid to high charisma character, it would be more so New Vegas, because of how many people you have to interact with in New Vegas as well.
But the thing is, interacting with people depends on the speech skill, not on the charisma stat.
You can still get charisma checks though. In like Freeside and the Strip, you can.
Yeah, I can't think of any. I know they technically exist, but I feel like they're so few and far between that you can just play 100 speech, 1 charisma, and it will never be a problem.
You can, yes, you can do it that way if you want to.
Yeah, like, I feel like charisma is just a bad stat in New Vegas overall.
Okay. Well, I don't fully agree.
Oh man. Okay, where are you wanting to place Animal Friend?
Now we're both objective.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. Just confuse everyone.
Come on, tell me where you want to place Animal Friend, and I'll tell you why it should be lower.
I mean, I think I might want to put it in B.
See, I was wanting C tier. I will say...
It's also that geckos count as hostile animals, and they are everywhere.
Okay, my point was going to be, you know, it's just animals, and there's a lot of things which are abominations as well, or people. Like, geckos are basically the best thing you're dealing with, and they're not that bad an enemy. You know what? Because I know Deathclaws don't count, they're abominations, right? Are you happy for me to check Cazadors? Because if Cazadors are animals, B tier. If they're not, I'm saying it can go at the top of C tier.
Yeah, I think you're gonna win that one, because I'm pretty sure Cazadors are like abominations, or in wait.
I'm checking.
Well, wait. Does Animal Friend? I'm just gonna click on Animal Friend and it'll tell me exactly what it affects.
Yeah, they count as mutated insects. I'm like,
okay. Let me go down the list. Affected creatures are Bighorner, Brahmin, Coyote Dog, Fiend Guard Dog, Giant Rat, Mole Rat, Legion Mongrel, NCR Guard Dog, Night Stalker, and Wild Dog, and White Leg Mongrel.
Oh, and it says gecko except fire gecko.
Yeah, that makes... Oh, gecko except fire gecko. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Man, that's actually
you
worse
would want that
than
one,
I
though.
thought. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
That part sucks.
Yeah, I thought it covered more than that.
Night Stalkers are terrifying, though. I do like that. I do like that the Night Stalkers...
Yeah, but I think the only thing on that list that I'm like, oh, this is a real advantage is Night Stalker. Now that it doesn't even cover all the geckos, which for some reason I really can't say, that's... Yeah, I assumed it was all geckos and maybe more stuff on top of this. Yeah, that's not...
We're including DLC perks, so we should consider DLCs as well. The wildlife, including Yaogwai...
Yeah, why is Yaogwai not in here?
It didn't mention, are in Zion Canyon, which will mess you up if you don't have Animal Friend.
Wait, but it doesn't mention
Animal
Yaogwai.
Friend... It doesn't.
Which means surely Yaogwai would not work with it, because it includes DLC stuff. It's got the White Leg Mongrel included in Honest Hearts.
That's weird, because I was using Animal Friend in my playthrough, I'm pretty sure. And the Yaogwais did not attack me after that point. So maybe the wiki's not objective.
Okay, I've got a post here saying I hate how Animal Friend doesn't affect the Yagway and Fallout New Vegas Honest Hearts.
What?
It's.
I want to be so mad if I'm just misremembering for the sake of being right.
Like, this is the thing. I mean, everything I'm finding online says Yagway aren't affected. Which, look, I think I'm even being generous now saying C tier. Like, honestly, in my brain, this is a D tier perk now. It's gone down in my mind, and it was already low, Caedo.
Oh no!
Like, C tier is the best you're getting out of me now.
I don't want to be wrong! Oh, God.
I'm sorry, Caedo. I mean, I'm wrong too. I was fully on board. I was like, oh yeah, well, fake like Yagway and stuff. Cazadors, I was on the fence on. Like, I was on the fence with Cazadors. And no, Night Stalker. The best thing it does is Night Stalker. And don't get me wrong, Night Stalkers are a pain. But after a while, they're not that bad. Like,
yeah, I need to. Because in my playthrough, I also have the level up screen come up so I can see immediately if I have it or not. Level 24. Comprehension? Oh my god, come on. No. I think that was the end of it. And then I'm back in freaking... Yeah.
Caedo, this is a D tier perk.
I'm sorry, Sarge. It's not D... No, it's going to be bottom of C.
I just want it noted for the record, but I now believe this is a D tier perk.
Can I please put it at the bottom of C, Sarge?
You can put it in bottom of C. I just
without you judging me. Please don't judge me so hard.
Oh man,
my whole worldview just collapsed.
I mean, to be fair, I thought it was better than it is. Like, so many people talk about, the one reason to go high charisma in New Vegas is Animal Friend. But we take a look at it and it's like, it's not actually that good.
This makes me annoyed that, like, maybe I'm just mixing up with Fallout 3, because, like, Fallout 3...
Oh, no, in Fallout 3, it's decent.
It's a really good perk.
Yeah, in Fallout 3,
it's better than New Vegas is now.
Yeah. The Fallout 3 Animal Friend is actually a good perk. And Charisma also is an impact on your speech checks and stuff in that game. So you can't just go low Charisma, high speech, and always guarantee 100%.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not a threshold thing, it's a percentage thing.
No, there are some checks still which will, like, get you to 100%, because you basically... There's some kind of formula where you, like, have to multiply your charisma and your speech and then divide it by something or other or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Charisma's better in Fallout 3 than in New Vegas. You heard it here, folks.
Oh, no.
Fallout 3 therefore is the better game. We just have to accept it.
Objectively, Fallout 3 is the best in the series, right, Sarge?
I mean, I do genuinely love it a lot. I think that, but this is already going to be long enough. We had such a huge detour on Animal Friend. Let's get onto
everyone's clicked off already just because we got stuck on Animal Friend, and my viewpoint was changed completely.
Not completely enough. I see it in
Sarge and I had a battle and everything.
It's fine.
Okay.
Caedo, Atomic. Do you think Atomic is good? Do you know what it does?
I need to look at it. It's not in alphabetical order. This drives me crazy. Okay, now it is.
Its run speed and attack speed get improved. You get +2 to strength and damage threshold. All of that is just while you're being irradiated with rads. However, with rad poisoning, you get faster action point regen.
Where's Atomic at? Is that one of the DLC perks?
It is. It's from Old World Blues. Yeah, Caedo and I are having to look through the wiki page for the perks, but they are separated by their DLC.
They are.
Which
there we go.
Putting
I found
this
it.
together a nightmare.
I just need to use the search function. That'll get me faster there. Wow. Okay. With excess rad level, AP regen scales from 1.1 times to 1.5 times normal.
Which isn't much.
It's not much, but this is kind of cool. Especially in... Man, I'm just thinking Camp Searchlight. Like, you'll be running around real fast.
No, you won't, Caedo. I mean, okay,
Huh?
you will be running around fairly fast. Sorry, I was
Plus 25% move and attack speed.
Yes, yeah, that was my bad.
That's
I was
high.
still focused on the AP regen.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you will be running faster, and it is nice.
Yeah.
But it's also very situational. Like, Camp Searchlight is the place where this perk shines. However, you need to be level 20 before you get this.
Ooh.
Which, I don't know about you, but if I'm at Camp Searchlight at level 20, it's already not a problem.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah. Like, I don't think this is terrible, but I think this might be kind of bad. The problem is, like, you know what? If the effects were flipped, I'd be way happier. Like, if it was you got bonus run speed, attack speed, strength, and damage threshold based on the number of total reds you had, so you were kind
when
of
you
having...
have excess.
Yeah, then you were having to, like, play the balancing game of, oh, these reds could kill me, but I'm getting stronger and stronger. That'd be great. But the fact you're only getting these bonuses while you are actively taking radiation damage just makes it a bit too situational for my liking.
Oh, man, Dude, I should be booting up the game to try some of these things, because if it's just like while in irradiated areas, if that's like the line, if it's like anytime you're taking on rads, including like consuming food or something like that,
it does.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can game it by like just eating a bunch of food that gives you rads. Like, there is a way to make it work there, but you do really have to just work that out and deal with it and constantly be eating.
Well, I'd want to test it then to see if there's like some way I can game that system to like take on like a small dose of rads like over time for a period of time that would just give me like a radiation based jet effect almost, or something like that.
I've been doing some research very quickly, and Coyote Steak seems to be the favoured one, but it gives you 1 radiation per second for 3 seconds, which is
so you have
not
to
that long.
Just pound a whole bunch of coyote sticks.
Like, if there was something if it was, oh yeah, you get 1 radiation per second for a minute or something, I could see it being useful, but yeah, that seems to be like the favoured one. Because most things just give you the radiation instantly and then that's it.
Yeah, there's the whole finding all the coyotes you need to make those steaks too, which is,
you
know, there are a lot of coyotes in the game, but, you know, you'll run out and then have to wait till they respawn.
Yeah.
So
I don't think this is very good.
Okay, tell me your ranking, Sarge. I'll defer to you.
I want to put it in C tier because it's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just way too situational. Like, you're basically spending a perk point to get something that doesn't work most of the time.
I'm putting it in C tier above Animal Friend.
Yep. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, we got through all the letters A, everyone.
Yeah.
Woo! We're now on to B with better criticals.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is an extra 50% damage with critical hits. That's good.
Yeah, it is.
You get a lot of crits in New Vegas.
You do.
It's not like in Fallout 4 where it's weirdly focused around VATs entirely. Nah, you can just get crits.
So, S tier?
I was going to say, do you want to put this in A tier or S tier? I'm fine with it being S tier, honestly.
It's just better. Everybody can benefit from crits.
Yeah. I mean, it does require you to be Perception 6, Luck 6. I will say that.
Oh.
There is a bit of a requirement to it. And the Perception one, I'd say, is the worst one. Because if you want in crits, high luck, that makes sense. But Perception's a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Which is the thing that was leaning me a bit towards A, but I'm not averse to it being in S tier.
Nah, you've convinced me. You've convinced me with A.
Okay.
For, like, I need to start looking at these requirements.
It's fine.
So
I'm paying attention to them. I'll tell you why you're wrong.
I'm so glad.
And next up is Black Widow, which is the female version of this perk.
There's 4 of these.
Yes, there are 4 of these.
There's 4 of these in New Vegas.
Yeah.
I kind of want to... I almost want to put them all in the same because they all have value.
Yeah.
In... Like, they're interchangeable in a lot of these scenarios, too.
I mean, I kind of want to put these in B tier, but... I don't know, what tier were you thinking for these ones?
I think B tier is a good spot.
Okay.
Like,
I think they're a strong B.
Yeah,
I'll say
and for anybody who doesn't know, these are the interacting with the opposite sex or the same sex.
Yeah. Black
so
Widow is 10% damage to the opposite sex and some unique dialogue, which this is the Benny killing one as well.
It is.
So I think Black Widow deserves to be the top of these 4, but that's about it. Yeah.
Churches La Femme is the female on female, and the
the male to female is Lady Killer, and the male to male is Confirmed Bachelor.
Right. I gotta find them.
It's fine. I got them all. Caedo. I have all the information here. I have so many screens up right now. It's brilliant. I'm just surrounded by info.
Yeah, no, that's eye for an eye, even though that's two dudes.
Oh, why are you looking at eye for an eye, Caedo?
Because I'm trying to find them to put them in the tier list.
Oh, okay. Have you got Sherez Lefemme? Because that's the next
I do.
one along. Cool. We'll put that in.
Oh, here we go. Confirmed bachelor.
Yeah.
Stabbing while doing massage. Yep.
And Lady Killer's going to be the slightly harder one to find. Vault 21
here we go.
jumpsuit with a knife, I believe.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, these are all B tier because they're all different levels. But of course, using Black Widow on Benny is very, very fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But these are all solid perks.
Yep.
We'll say that. Alright, and now we're on to Bloody Mess, which is just an extra 5% damage to everything. And more violent death animations.
Yeah. Can I say S?
Oh, okay, you can say S.
Similar to Fallout 4.
Yeah, it's good. The damage bonus doesn't seem huge, but New Vegas doesn't have that many damage bonus perks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is still solid.
And it's universal, so if you change your mind partway through, hey, that gets 5% too.
Yeah. Now, another clearly S tier perk with Broad Daylight.
I have no idea what this is.
You telling me you don't always get the Broad Daylight perk, Caedo? How dare you? This removes the sneak penalty for your Pip-Boy light.
This is the opposite of the change the Vans perk that I was talking about. Just like, oh, you could change the brightness of your Pip-Boy light to give away your position.
Yeah. Also, you need to be level 36 for this perk.
That's off. So you would have screwed up sneaking well before you can get this perk.
Yeah.
On many occasions with your Pip-Boy light.
I've already put it in D tier.
Yeah, same.
It's terrible.
And you also have the stealth suit you can get from Old World Blues that tells you when your Pip-Boy light's on in case you like need an actual reminder.
Mm-hmm. Like Broad Daylight's just so bad.
Yeah, that's rough. That's bad.
We got a better one next, and my personal favourite, I think, of all the images is Burden to Bear.
Burden to Bear. There we go.
Burden to
Plus
Bear.
50 carry weight.
Yeah. It requires Strength and Endurance 6 and level 30, which are fairly high requirements, I will say.
They are, yeah.
But 50 carry weight's a good amount of carry weight.
You're right.
Like, yeah.
And you only get so much in New Vegas.
I'm pretty sure there's one other perk, isn't there, which gives you just flat carry weight.
Strong back?
Yeah, Strong Back, which I do think is better. But I think we can put this in B tier.
There's one that reduces the weight.
There are
of,
ones
like,
which reduce
specific
weights
junk
stuff as well. Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
But in terms of this effect, there's one other perk that does it. But Burden to Bear, B, right? B tier?
Yeah, B for bear.
Yeah. And now another D tier perk, Cannibal.
So why is that, Sarge?
It's D tier. Let's move on to the next one, Caedo. Okay, where do you want to put Cannibal? I'll let you take all of this.
When you're in sneak mode, you gain the option to eat human corpse and regain hit points, but lose karma. That's it. Level requirement 4, ranks 1. So when you play hardcore New Vegas, it's not as ridiculous as Fallout 4 when it comes to like needs kind of thing.
It's a slight hiccup in your journey.
Pretty much, yeah. And you'll also be tripping over things you can eat pretty much everywhere you go. So Cannibal is very much just a flavor thing in Fallout New Vegas. And also the Meat of Champions challenge, which is hilarious, by the way. I think you have to consume the King, Mr. House, Caesar, and who else?
Oh, I can't remember who else.
Benny? Was it Benny?
It might be Benny. No, I don't know. Tell us in the comments. We're not going to worry about searching it.
Was it the president? President of the NCR?
President Kimball. That does sound right.
President Kimball. Yeah. But that on its own does give you a cool like bonus on top of it after you do that. Yeah. But again, that's like a way late game kind of thing. That's just like a fun little flavor bonus you get to it.
It also really determines what playthrough you're doing.
Oh, you're gonna be super evil at that point. Yeah.
It also blocks off a bunch of factions, obviously.
Yeah, it's gonna be a yes man ending, probably. Yeah. Most likely yes man ending. by that
think
point. So
you could do it with NCR, but you need to really sneakily eat the president.
oh yeah, you could do it with NCR, but yeah, you have to. You'd have to fail at protecting him and then eat his body.
Yeah, it's
Anyway, D tier.
okay. We go D tier. Like we say, great for role playing, but when you only get 25 perks, it's objectively not a good perk to be getting.
For practical sense, like no, doesn't quite fit.
Yep.
I do hope to see in the future. Man, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. More things added to Cannibal to make it more of a viable thing to choose.
Yeah.
I know you're resisting on saying anything, Sarge, because you're here for the bit when it comes to that perk. So I'm gonna move on.
All right, Center of Mass.
Center of Mass.
This is in that you do an additional 15% damage when targeting the torso.
That's just pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Torso's the easiest thing to hit.
Yeah. It basically like makes it so that rather than aiming for the head for the bonus damage, you can just go for the higher percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's solid, but it's not that exciting. Requires gun 70, I will say. So that's always a bit annoying.
Well, in New Vegas 2, not New Vegas 2, sorry.
New Vegas
in New
2.
Vegas also, in New Vegas 2, which I totally got my hands on early.
Yeah, your uncle works at Nintendo, right? That's how you got your hands on it.
Yep, Nintendo has the IP now. Bet you didn't know that. I don't even know where I was going anymore. I lost it because we were making a stupid joke.
My point was going to be, I wish it was guns or energy weapons as the requirement.
Yes. Yeah, that would have made more sense. Oh, yeah, gun 70 is not that hard to get if you're committing to it in New Vegas.
Yeah, and this is a perk which isn't going to help you if you're melee or unarmed, because it's targeting the torso.
Yep.
But this does mean it is just a guns build, really, which I think lowers it a bit. There's a clear flaw in this perk, where if you're an energy weapons character, you cannot get this bonus without investing a lot into guns as well.
Yeah. But also guns is a kind of starting point, and energy weapons are still kind of progressively later.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but it is still specific to firearms users.
All right,
so
where are
B?
we putting it? B? I can accept
it. Is B okay? Okay.
Yeah, and next up, Certified Tech.
Certified Tech.
I hear you doing your little search for it there, Caedo.
I am. Tippity tap. Plus 25% critical hit chance against robots. 85% chance of finding extra crafting component on destroyed robots. Interesting. But
Level
primarily
40.
useful. Oh,
yeah.
No. Oh,
Level
no.
40 is what ruins this. So many of the DLC perks just have really high level requirements behind them.
Oh, it says regular perks. That's a regular perk, Sarge.
Yeah, it is a regular perk, but it's a DLC regular perk.
Oh, it's a Oh, nope. Scrolled up. Okay. Yep. I see it now.
Yeah.
These categories are killing me.
Yeah. The wiki's a nightmare. It's fine though, because I went through it and I only missed out one perk, which we'll get to at the end.
I even typed it in to search it, Sarge, and I still messed up.
Yep. I think this just like robots already aren't like all over the place in New Vegas. It's already situational, but the fact you have to be level 40 before you get this means that like how many robots are you coming across at that point? You've already played like 90% of the game.
Yeah, and oh my goodness. Yeah, there's only so many robots in the vanilla game.
Yeah.
Like a handful. And then Old World Blues has a lot of them, obviously.
Yes. I mean, Old World Blues doesn't actually have that many robots. Like, there's the Scorpions, which is the big amount, and then potentially the brains in jars.
It's got Robo Brains. Do the dogs count?
I don't think the dogs count.
Hmm.
But, like, it is, like, if you want to use this perk effectively, you basically have to avoid Old World Blues until you're above level 40, and then it's useful in that one DLC, and a bit in the start of Lonesome Road as well. There's robots at the start of Lonesome Road, and there are a few in the base game you might have missed, but I feel like you have to jump through so many hoops to make this perk worthwhile, but it's not really worthwhile.
Yeah.
Especially for only a critical chance bonus.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I'm gonna say D tier.
And extra crafting components. Yeah, I think this might be D tier.
Yeah.
It's way too specific. like, oh, you could, help Mr. House or Yes Man activate the Securitrons and then switch sides so you can kill them all. But I don't know why you would do that. You still can. It's an option. But that's also the end of the game. So, like, what? I don't know. Oh, just attack the strip. There you go. Attack the strip.
Yeah.
All the Securitrons will come after you. You get all the components you need and also kill everyone.
Woohoo. Alright, chem resistant now, which is half as likely to get addicted.
D tier.
Cool. You're the chem guy. I'm taking your word on it.
Less necessary than even Fallout 4's, because like Fallout 4's makes you immune if you rank it up, but this one's just half as likely. So
yeah. Alright. Now on to chemist, which is chems last twice as long, and in hardcore mode, stim packs also last twice as long.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that the hardcore mode benefit is actually really quite good. And having your chems last twice as good, that's good.
Yep.
I think this is good. You're the chem guy. How good is it?
I like... New Vegas also has a big variety of chems, and maybe inspired Fallout 4 to have more. So I'm going to say A tier.
Okay, I will say I'd like this to be low down on A tier. But that's...
Okay.
I can accept it as A tier, because you are the chem guy. But it's like...
I mean, we only had one other thing in A tier, so,
Alright, now we're on to Commando, which is an extra 25% accuracy in bats with two-handed weapons.
With two-handed weapons?
Yeah, so like anything you hold in two hands, like a sniper rifle or a machine gun.
That's weird that it says weapons, though.
Oh, are you thinking about melee?
Yeah.
Surely melee's always just like it hits or it doesn't, though, right? So
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that's true. I just thought it should say firearms or guns. I don't know.
I mean, they probably
that's
not
just a
gone
weird
with guns
semantics
because
thing
they don't want to exclude energy weapons, because it affects energy weapons and guns.
Ranged weapons could be the term then. I don't know. I'm just being a prude about it, I think.
It's basically rifles.
Yeah, rifles.
What it does.
Shooty bang.
Yeah. This is good. I don't think it's great.
Yeah.
I will say I like that it's level 8 and no extra requirements. It at least does mean if you want to be accurate, you can get that early on when it matters.
Yeah. This one's on you, Sarge. You're the rifle guy.
God, I feel like bottom of B tier.
Okay.
Like, or at least low down in B tier. Like, it's good, but it's not great.
How about above center mass?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right.
Center mass is at the bottom.
Yeah. Next up is comprehension. You gain 1 additional skill point for reading books and double the skill points for reading magazines. This is level 4 intelligence 4.
This is a good, just for the boosting from magazines. Like, you don't need to build most skills above 80.
I mean, the reason I love it is the additional skill point for reading books. So the fact we're both coming in from different halves of it and being like, this is really good, is a good sign. I want to put this as A tier.
I'll put it in A. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Comprehension. I don't think I've ever done a playthrough, like even when I was scanning through my New Vegas playthrough, when I was insistent on Animal Friend being part of it, and I was lying to myself.
Yep.
I took comprehension instead during that section I was looking at for Honest Hearts, because it is good. I was saving all the books I had to read once I had that to get all the skill boosts.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Don't worry though, we're going to rag on a perk again because it's Computer Whiz next, which gives you 1 extra attempt to hack a lockdown terminal, providing your level 18 have 7 intelligence and 70 points in science.
Yeah, this is before the lockout had a timer though.
It's still bad.
Like once you were locked out, you just couldn't get back in.
Yeah.
But also high requirements.
Yeah, really high requirements. Like, at that point, you've either got the hang of the minigame, or you don't care about it.
Yeah.
The 1 extra attempt is not that big a deal.
Yeah. Level 18, Intelligence 7, Science 70 is the
requirements. And, I can't remember, could you back out of a terminal in New Vegas and then reset it that way, like before you'd failed?
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, this is D tier then.
Okay.
Just straight up D tier.
I agree.
Now, concentrated fire.
Interesting.
5% extra accuracy in VATS with every subsequent attack on a given part. Words. Makes you better at aiming at the same body part over and over.
And this is the one you were asking for, Sarge, which is the energy weapons and guns requirements.
This is energy weapons and guns.
This is both, sorry.
Yeah,
I
wish it was or. I don't like how New Vegas does this.
Or would be nice.
We're going to get this with a later perk, albeit one that sucks. They do sometimes put an or requirement in, but for a bunch of them they're like, no, you need to be good at both of these. Which isn't terrible, but is annoying.
60's not bad, though, as a requirement.
No,
I don't think.
It's not, like, wildly out there.
Because if you're building with guns and intend on using plasma stuff later or whatever, this makes sense.
I mean, this is also the case of even if you are playing just guns or just energy weapons, 60 isn't a ridiculous requirement for a skill you're not going to focus on. It's not good, but you can manage it.
I think your attributes would kind of add up to a lot of what you needed for that, too, for sure. Because they're, like, it's agility perception, right?
Yes.
Which is possibly what you would maybe be investing already.
Yeah, if you're going for a VATS character, that makes sense. Like, yeah, the requirements aren't crazy. The effect's decent. It's not a huge boost, though.
it's the 5%.
Yeah. Like,
per hit.
I think this is another B tier one.
Okay.
Like, it's good, but it's not a game changer.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah. Now we got Cowboy.
Ah.
This is going to be S tier, right, Caedo?
And Cowboy's S tier. Yeah, easily S tier.
This is 25% extra damage with dynamite, hatchets, knives, revolvers, and lever action guns. And it requires you to be level 8 and have both guns and melee at 45. I love that the requirements are under 50. I often play gun characters who use this perk, and I'm like, yeah, I can get melee up to 45 without worrying about even using it. That's not a big deal. Like, this is great. It's also, like, plus 25% damage. Keep in mind, we put the plus 5% damage perk in the S tier as well.
We did.
And, like, this covers a lot of stuff, and a lot of the best weapons in the game. So, just brilliant.
It's like a flavor and theme rank, almost, is what our S tier often ends up being. And you're pretty much playing a cowboy already, or in cowboy towns, and have a cowboy vibe at some point in New Vegas. Yeah. So this just fits that with the things that are available to you, because it is very cowboy centric already, or Western centric, I guess. Yeah.
And now it's time for me to fight Caedo on lowering down another perk with Demolition Expert, which is an extra 20% damage with explosions per rank. And this does have 3 ranks to it. Only requires you to be level 6 and explosive 50. Honestly, I feel like you could have had a higher explosives requirement for this one, seeing as it's all about explosives. But I still like the relatively low requirements. I will say it's good.
Yeah.
But you have to be using explosives as your equipped weapon. I will say that. If this was in Fallout 4 with the same effect, I'm pretty sure we rank for Fallout 4 Demolition Expert as like S tier. Because you always have explosives equipped, basically.
Did I?
We may have done. I can't remember, but I feel like we did.
We might have, because it also has some other stuff along with it that like the throwing arc, and the area of effect. Yeah, I think
Fallout 4
it had a lot
did Demolition Expert. So good. This one's not.
This would be. Yeah, this would be B, I think, for me.
Okay.
Even being an explosives boy, there are other explosives perks that we'll get to. Yeah. That you even almost forgot. But then you also reminded me to add it to the list, so so we'll get to it at the very end. All right, I'm going to say B. Yeah.
But we'll go up to S tier. Next one, it's Educated.
Educated. This is
2 more skill points every time you advance and level. Requires level 4, intelligence 4. I get this every time I play the game.
Yeah.
It is just so many more skill points. Doesn't require a lot. You get it early on. It just means you can easily max out all the skills you need to. It's great.
Yeah. Almost guarantees even that you don't really need to care about collecting all the books or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because like
I mean, it's the case of if you want to like max out almost every skill, then you get this and also collect all the books.
Yeah.
It's the case of if you're the opposite playstyle and are like, oh, I don't really want to worry too much about intelligence or collecting books or doing all of this stuff, you just make sure you've hit intelligence 4, grab this perk, then you'll be set.
Yeah.
Like, it's good for basically every character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will agree. Educated is an S tier as well.
Nice. And what's
Entomologist?
next? Entomologist, yeah. This is an extra 50% damage every time you attack a mutated insect.
Ooh.
Requires intelligence 4 again and survival 45. And let's check what it covers. It covers Cazadors, rad scorpions, rad roaches, giant ants, giant mantis, and bloatfly. Which is immediately better than Animal Friend.
It is.
That's a better list of enemies.
Well, because you're killing them too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've taken entomologists on many occasions because I just don't want to mess with Cazadors that much.
Yeah, like
I
mean,
a lot of the time.
Cazadors, rad scorpions, and giant ants. That's like half
That's a lot of the
map,
enemies.
I feel like.
and Manti as well.
Yeah.
They're in quite a few places. Just they can surprise you.
Yeah, I mean, rad roaches, giant mantis, and bloatfly aren't exactly super rare enemies. It's just with the sheer number of giant ants, rad scorpions, and Cazadors that surround the map. Like, this is good.
Yeah,
Man.
I'll put it in A.
Yeah, I was just thinking, is this like A tier good? Because it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
man.
well, like the robot damage one doesn't make much sense because there's
Barely
very
any robots.
limited use cases. Like bugs are everywhere.
Yeah.
I joke intended. Bugs are everywhere in Fallout New Vegas, as well as insects.
It's also a case of the robot one was just a slightly worse perk with higher requirements for a less common enemy. Like, nah. Entomologist, good perk. Okay.
Yeah.
And now, Explorer. At level 20, you can have all locations marked on your map. Caedo.
Ah, man, I don't.
This is a D tier perk, Caedo. Why are you umming and ahhing?
It's a D tier.
You want to go out and explore things. Just suddenly having every location on your map, if anything, that's a bit overwhelming.
True.
Like, yeah. It's also, like, level 20, that's, like, at a point in the game where you've really started exploring and having fun with that. Like, nah. I'm not a fan of these perks.
Yeah.
Next up, though, we have Eye for an Eye. Eye for Eye? Eye for Eye.
Eye for eye.
Yeah, which is for each crippled limb you have, you do an additional 10% damage.
This one's kind of wacky.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'll give it that. It's potentially a huge damage boost as well. Like,
At its full, if you've crippled every limb, so it's 40, 50, 60% if your whole body's crippled.
I mean, I'm curious if a torso counts as a limb. But
I think it does. I think it does count as it because it's a part of your body you can cripple. Oh no, it says 5 in the description here. Never mind. So it doesn't include the torso. 50%'s high.
A 50% damage boost to everything is great, but you also will be crawling along and barely able to use your weapons.
Yeah, it's viable, especially in hardcore mode, because you have to use doctor's bags to to heal your limbs, or Hydra. So using stim packs will just heal your overall health, or your main health bar. So you could meta this out for sure, which does make it not a D tier, I don't think.
Oh,
I think
no, it's not D tier.
Make it more of a C or B tier because it is still very specific.
Yeah, I think it's going to go in C tier, because while I do love it, having crippled limbs in New Vegas is annoying. You want to fix them, especially the legs, when you suddenly can't walk fast.
I was going to say especially the head, because your vision goes blurry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
To get the most out of this, you're playing a game where you can't wield your weapons properly, you can't see anything, and you're walking at glacially slow speeds. Like, it's cool. I love the idea behind it.
Yeah.
But it's just the balance isn't worth it.
I think I want to go through these perks again one day and just think of like the wildest Logan's loophole kind of playthrough I can do, including this perk, because it might be really fun and stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it does seem like a fun thing to play around with.
Yeah.
It's like getting yourself to the crippled point.
Just make a character who's really good when they're in a really bad state.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright. Next up, fast metabolism, which is 20% more hit points restored with stim packs.
That's just basic life giver, isn't it? Or
Got,
medic.
Yeah, medic. It's basically rank 1 of medic. Like, it's good, but it's not great.
Okay, C tier?
I'm gonna say high C tier.
High C tier.
Because I do like it, but you're probably gonna be fine on stim packs.
Above adamantium skeleton.
Yeah. Alright, ferocious loyalty now, which is when you drop below half hit points, companions get plus 50 damage resistance. Which is situational. And you know what the requirements are for this, Caedo? It's another Charisma 6 one. Yeah.
Companion AI is still stupid in New Vegas.
Yeah.
And in New Vegas's case, companions can be equipped with weapons, and those weapons can also be slapped out of their hands, which I hate so much. So, while I like companions as characters, New Vegas made them a little more manageable, but ferocious loyalty is not something I would care to add at all.
You shouldn't be wasting your time investing in your companions. Just leave them as basic tier, and they'll be about as... There's just not much of a difference in how effective they are when you bump them up.
Doesn't charisma benefit them?
It does, but it's also a case of it doesn't really matter that much. Like, I can't remember what the details are. I'm gonna have to search it now while I'm tied. Its companion armor and damage gets an extra 5% per rank of charisma, which is kind of good. Extra 50% armor, extra 50% damage at 10 charisma sounds nice, but it doesn't actually make a huge difference. Like, either your followers are dealing tons of damage as is, or they're just not.
Yeah.
I've put this in D tier, Caedo.
Yeah, it's D tier.
Yeah. I think if it was... Like, I like the idea behind it, it's just not good. Alright. Fight the power.
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
Eat the rich.
Yeah. You can get away with saying eat the rich on YouTube, that's fine. All the other phrases that came into my head, I don't think we can. So let me just read the perk effect, which is plus 2 damage threshold and plus 5% critical chance against anyone wearing NCR, Legion, or Brotherhood of Steel armor.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of love this perk, but I genuinely don't think it's good.
The amount of people you can fight is great, because you're going to be fighting one of these factions at some point. At least I think so. You'd have to do some real bobbing and weaving in this story to not fight any of them.
You basically have to do a pacifist run sort of build in order to not gain benefit from this. Yeah. But the fact is, plus 2 damage threshold is nice, but not crazy good. And 5% critical chance is, once again, that's good, but it's not, like, a brilliant effect. It's nice when it's stacked up with other stuff, but in and of its own right, not amazing.
I kind of want to put it in C just because 5% critical... the bonuses for critical chance are pretty few and far between in New Vegas.
I'm happy with it in C tier.
C tier, yeah.
Like I say, I've got a real soft spot for this perk, but objectively, I just don't think it's great.
Objectively.
Yeah.
Truthfully,
however,
100% accurate.
Yes. The next perk is Finesse.
Ooh!
Which I do think is great, because it gives you plus 5% critical chance. Can you even fathom a perk giving you 5% critical chance, Caedo? Okay, the reason I think this is so much better is that it's just a flat crit chance against literally everything.
For everyone.
It just removes the situationalness.
But if you take this and fight the power, then you have a 10% critical chance against NCR, Legion, and Brotherhood of Steel. So
yeah, like.
But this is an overall one, so is it S or A tier?
Oh, A tier.
A tier.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not quite S tier. I love Finesse, but it's not quite S tier.
And fun fact, this went from a trait to a perk.
It did indeed.
In Fallout New Vegas, yeah.
And next up is Fortune Finder. You find more caps. You like money?
Yeah.
More of it. Ta-da!
Yeah, that's it. That's
yeah.
C tier?
I'm going to say C tier because casinos exist.
Yeah, because we gamble.
Yeah. Which is a guaranteed way to make money. Right, kids?
A guaranteed way to need this perk?
It's.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. In New Vegas, it's great because you can game the system. In real life, don't do it.
No. Don't gamble.
No. It's fine. Next up is Friend of the Night. Your eyes adapt quickly to low light conditions.
This one from the first two games did not translate very well to New Vegas. D tier.
They keep trying to make like night vision a thing in the future Fallout games, and it's just they just don't incorporate it well ever.
Yeah, I would say like Obsidian did a little bit better with like how they implemented cat eye and stuff like that. Like, you kind of could see a little bit better, but even so, like I don't know, man.
It's not worth it.
That's when I need the perk to remind me that my Pip-Boy light's on because I can't see and I just turn it on.
Here's the thing. I, in real life, basically have this perk. I have really good low light vision, and I'll tell you, in real life, it's not that helpful either, because all that happens is people turn on lights all of a sudden and you get blinded.
Yeah.
It's not fun. The same thing happens in game.
Yep.
Right, next up is Ghastly Scavenger. We're putting it next to Cannibal.
All right.
It's just Cannibal, but with super mutants or ghouls.
There's nothing extra to it?
No. It's just super mutants or ghouls, but cannibals. It requires you to have Cannibal as a perk, which means you're having to double down on this role-playing element.
I think I would make a change to it as well. I don't think you should lose karma. Yeah.
You see, the change I would make is I wish that you got benefits from eating people other than, like, just health. If, like, eating super mutants gave you, like, +2 strength for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Eating a ghoul gave you +2 endurance. Eating a human gave you +1 charisma or something. Like, I think that, like,
you're wearing their face.
Yeah, all joking aside about my perceived hatred of Cannibal, I think there are ways to make this like a good, fun role-playing perk which fits perfectly into the world. But it's just like, some healing. Healing's not that needed. There's so many things which give healing. Give us something interesting with it instead. Alright. Grim Reaper's Sprint is next up. A kill in VATS restores 20 action points immediately.
Yeah. This was nerfed from Fallout 3, and then Fallout 4 unnerfed it.
Yeah. I think the nerfing's gonna really harm it in this ranking.
Yeah. It's still cool getting more AP in VATS for a kill.
It definitely can be helpful, and for certain builds, this is like a go-to perk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I kind of want to put it in low B or high C.
I'm happy with either.
I'd probably go low B.
Low B, yes.
Low B. Grunt?
Yeah, Grunt's next. This is going to be another S tier one.
Yeah, oh my goodness, it's another weapons one.
Yeah, it's, I'll read it out. 25% more damage with 9mm pistols and SMGs, 45 pistols and SMGs, service rifles, assault and marksman carbines, light machine guns, frag grenades, grenade rifles and launchers, and combat knives.
Well, some of these can stack with Cowboy as well.
If you want to play like a stabby character, you get Grunt and Cowboy, and suddenly your combat knife is +50%, I think.
You get Chance's knife and you just win, probably. Yeah.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is a brilliant one. S tier again.
Yeah.
Lovely. It should be next to Cowboy, obviously.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't put it next. I put it next to Finesse. It's next to Cowboy now.
Oh, next up is Gunslinger. Which Fallout 4 kind of made better, I guess. Technically.
With one-handed, plus 25% accuracy in VATS with one-handed weapons. That's handguns.
Yeah, this basically is Commando, but one-handed instead of two-handed. So I say it goes with Commando. I want to put it just under Commando.
Okay,
because I
fair enough.
Feel like there's better two-handed guns than one-handed guns, but honestly, they're the same thing.
This is... I think Pew Pew counts with this, and Pew Pew is very, very strong.
Yeah, like they're both the same though.
Yeah,
I feel like we
they're
can put
the
them
same
next to
perk,
each other.
but yeah, sorry.
That's fine. I will accept debate on that element, yeah. But next up, hand loader.
Yeah.
When using guns, you're twice as likely to recover cases and holes even, and you also have all hand load recipes unlocked at any reloading bench. This requires 70 in repair at level 6, and I know I've taken this perk. I've not taken it in years.
I think it's pretty good if you are interested in the whole like producing ammo aspect, because there is some usefulness in that for sure.
I think my problem is that ammo crafting in New Vegas was just a bit too like time consuming and annoying. You had to break down bullets and then sort out other casings, and you needed primer powder, casing, another thing, and it was different depending on like if it was a rifle or a small
It
pistol.
had to be based on caliber and stuff like that too, I
Yeah,
think.
it was just a bit too much in depth.
Mm-hmm.
I will say at this point, I'm also very annoyed that Fallout 4 didn't do ammo crafting right. We had to wait until Fallout 76 to get ammo crafting right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's annoying.
Yeah. And for that reason, I don't think hand loader's particularly good. I will say I'm happy to put it in C tier,
Oh,
but I can't justify it any higher. Cause
I want to put it in B.
No,
Can I put it in
Caedo.
B?
No,
Sarge,
Caedo.
please. I
No,
want to put it in B.
the problem is the bullet crafting system kind of sucks. And while this is cool and does make it somewhat viable, that you're only getting the cases and the holes like found. You still have to break down bullets and get the powder or buy it. Like if this gave you all of the required materials for crafting bullets just as you explore, I might accept B tier. As it is, C tier. I'm putting my foot down on that one.
All right. Okay, fine.
I say as if I haven't put my foot down on multiple other ones. It's alright, we got another Caedo special this time, because it's Heave Ho. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'll read the effect while Caedo mulls over this. It's plus 50% thrown weapon velocity and range.
I don't take Heave Ho that often.
Oh man, is it just not very good? I mean, I don't take it at all, really. I don't play for
it's
characters.
Well, okay. I love using spears, using throwing spears in Fallout New Vegas as like my prime assassination weapon. Like you don't even need to be skilled in melee, and you can probably kill someone with a spear. Yeah. Like they're very strong. But that's usually a VATS attack for me because I'm aiming for their head.
Yeah.
And it just takes it off and it embeds itself. It's like a wonderful combination of the things we love of Fallout. But when it comes to throwing like grenades and explosives and stuff like that, I don't often need to throw it further than the default to get to my target. The only example I can think of where I would want that is like using dynamite, like normal fuse dynamite, because it has a timer on it, and you want to just get it as far as possible to your target and make sure that it hits them. Yeah. But this is, I guess you do get it at level 2. I think it might be just geared mainly towards dynamite. Like they implemented dynamite and they're just like, we need to either lengthen the fuse, which they also did, and give us a something that allows us to throw dynamite harder. Yeah. So it can hit something. Does this work on mines? Let me double check actually.
I mean, I'd assume so, but the range on them is basically nothing anyway, so it's not going to make a noticeable difference.
Oh, I didn't know about... I didn't know about this one, though. This counts for explosive weapons that fire in an arc, such as grenade launchers or Fat Men.
Ooh.
And incinerators.
Okay, that's kind of good.
This changes my mind.
Yeah.
This changes my mind a little bit.
Where are you putting it?
I want to put it in B tier.
I'm happy with B tier.
I think.
I was leaning C tier beforehand, but yeah, with that, I'm happy for it to go in B tier.
Yeah, because in my experience too, like, is it just a grenade launcher, or would it be the grenade machine gun too? No, I don't. It doesn't say grenade machine gun, so that might be different.
Who knows?
It's already too powerful anyway, so whatever. Next one.
Next one is heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Yeah. Weapons with a weight of more than 10 are cut in half, as in their weight is cut in half. Does not affect weapons modded to under 10 weight, which makes sense. Yeah, if your weapon's heavy, cuts the weight in half.
So this was added in Dead Money.
Yep.
Primarily, I'm guessing, because of the LMG that you can get.
Quite possibly, yeah.
And strength of 7 requirement and level 12 requirement.
Yeah. I think this is worse than Burden to Bear. But I don't think it's, like, crazy bad or anything. I just think there's not a huge amount of weapons which have more than 10 weight to them.
There are a lot, though. There are a lot of heavy weapons in New Vegas.
There are a few, but... Well, a few. There are quite a few, but I feel like how many of those weapons are you going to be carrying around anyway? That's the other thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, because if you're a big guns, which isn't even a skill in New Vegas anymore, it's like guns and or explosives.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, because Heave Ho just has like explosives and yeah. Man, my brain. I'm just thinking about carrying around like Mercy and the like miniguns and missile launchers and stuff like that. Like all of those, their weight being cut in half.
It's nice. It's not bad. I want to make
nice.
it clear. I'm looking at B or C. I'm leaning more towards C, but I will accept B.
I'll do B just because ammo has weight as well in hardcore. And if you're carrying around heavy ammo, like it is heavy ammo. So like mini nukes and missiles and stuff like that, yeah. That would have a lot of value in hardcore mode. And that's for me, and probably for you too, that's the only way I play New Vegas now. So
I genuinely don't bother that much. It doesn't make enough of a difference for me.
Yeah.
That's my problem with it.
Here now, D tier.
Yep, D tier. It levels you up again. No.
It's a waste of a perk.
It's such
You're
a waste
gonna level
of a
up
perk.
anyway.
Yeah. It's me going, I don't fancy getting stronger this level.
This is fear of missing out the perk.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need that brain chemical right now. Please give me another level up. I need to feel something.
Next up, Hit the Deck. Requires explosive 70, but it gives you plus 25 damage threshold against explosives.
This is pretty decent if you are explosives focused.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, you need the high explosives to get. So you're already going for an explosives build. And that is one instance of the synergy working well with the requirements of the effect.
I am also going to double check because this might have to do with planted explosives, because New Vegas has the same problem as like pretty much every other 3D Fallout game, is like the timer is so short that you may not have the time to get away from your target before they explode. And Hit the Deck will help you survive that better if you plant something big on them. So yeah, I think I want to say B for Hit the Deck.
I'm happy to put it in B tier.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you're the expert on the explosives-based perks.
And I mean, there's mines everywhere in New Vegas too.
Yeah.
And they get even more terrifying with satchel charges in Lonesome Road. So yeah, and it counts for all explosives.
Yes. Next up is Hobbler, which is your chance to hit an opponent's legs in VATS is increased by 25%.
New Vegas is a very min-maxy friendly game. I don't really feel a need to cripple someone's legs because usually they're already dead.
Yeah. I think this is another one of those perks which is fun in theory, but just not that good. You just shoot them in the torso or in the head. If you're wanting to hit them, go for the torso. If you're wanting to kill them, go for the head. Like, shooting them in the leg is just extending the fight.
Now, if Obsidian devs decided to, I don't know, bring the groin shots back and include that in Hobbler, which would make a lot of sense.
Then S tier, obviously.
Because it's a smaller target and higher crit chance, like that would make sense to me. That would make Hobbler S tier, yeah. but it's not, unfortunately. No. So where you want to put it?
Maybe C tier?
C tier? Low C?
Yeah, like it still does technically have use to it.
It does. Yeah.
You probably shouldn't get it. Next up, Home on the Range.
Home on the range.
Yeehaw! Whenever you interact with a campfire, you have the option of sleeping.
With all the benefits that sleep brings.
Yeah.
That's a very hardcore focused.
Yeah. I think if you're playing in hardcore mode, this is a worthwhile perk.
It's giving hardcore a lot more credit that it's hard. Or harder than it sounds, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like Fallout 4. It's nowhere near that level.
Not even close.
But, yeah, I think if you're playing in hardcore mode, there's a benefit to this. Not a huge benefit, but a benefit. Otherwise, it's clear-cut D tier.
Yeah.
It's just not good. You can just find a bed instead.
Yeah, you can. There's many like mattresses and beds.
Yeah,
Just
there's more
everywhere.
beds than there are campfires.
Oh, yes, that is true. Let's say high D tier.
Yeah. And after that, we have Hunter.
Which is in combat, you do 75% more critical damage against animals and mutated animals.
Also, low requirements, level 2 and survival 30. This could be your first perk you get. And the affected creatures are Bighorner, Brahmin, Coyote, Cyberdog, Dog, Gecko, Giant Rat, Lake Lurk, Mole Rat, Raven, and Yaoi.
What?
I love that it covers Raven.
The things you one-shot?
Yes, but you can do even more damage to them
This is
way.
hilarious. Okay, cool. Good.
Okay, it is so weird how some animals get included or left out, and it changes on every single perk. Because this one doesn't have Night Stalkers or Cazadors, but it's got Yaoi, it's got all of the types of a gecko, and it's got, like, all of the dogs. Well, no, it covers all the dogs, I think, including Cyberdogs. Like, it's so weird how it changes up every single time. Especially when you consider that New Vegas has categories for, like, animals and abominations and stuff. I don't know why they didn't just stick with a category thing. It's super weird.
Yeah. It's really good, though. Like,
It is good.
75% more critical damage. This is before you get better criticals.
Yeah.
And doesn't say anything about sneak attacks, but I would guess
Those are criticals, so
just a sneaky sneak, just bam, animal dead.
Yeah. I kind of want to go top of B tier rather than A tier, though.
Yeah, I'll go top of B. That's fine.
Because, if it covered, like, everything that we could consider an animal, much better, but it's missing a few things like Cazadors, which really would have pushed it up.
The Cazadors they're in that weird, they treat insects separately because of the entomology thing.
Yeah, it's very strange, the whole categorizing.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a fun one next, which is Implant GRX.
Yes.
The description is, you gain a non-addictive subdermal turbo injector. This perk may be taken twice, with the second rank increasing the effect from 2 to 3 seconds, and the uses per day from 5 to 10. So, this just gives you turbo.
Yeah.
Like, 5 times a day.
And turbo, which I need to look up because I forgot. Turbo...
It's the slow down time effect.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's basically Jet from Fallout 4.
Ooh.
Yeah. I loved this perk. I will say it's high requirements, though. Level 30 and 8 endurance.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And turbo's not, like, super common or anything, I'd say. Like, it's a chem you do find, but you don't find a ridiculous amount. So having 5 free uses of it every day, or 10 free uses with a second rank of this, it is cool.
Well, I think chems are craftable, though, too. Right? Aren't they?
I can't remember crafting chems in New Vegas.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, was my brain doing that thing again?
It might be craftable, but I don't think they're, like, easily craftable.
Oh, yeah. Turbo recipe can be acquired by Diana as a reward for completing the first leg of the Abadabba honeymoon quest. Okay. Which requires Brock flower, Cazador poison gland, jet, turpentine, at a campfire, or electric hot plate.
Okay. Yeah. So it's annoying to craft.
Yes.
Like, you're not going to be able to craft much of it.
Unless you know where to farm. I do.
I mean, you need to farm Cazador poison glands.
Yeah. At that point, like, once you have enough turbo to work with, you can shoot their wings without entering vats.
Yeah. Okay. I think
Or
this is
explosives.
cool.
Explosives are really good at crippling their wings.
Yeah. This is cool. I like it. But it's not top tier.
It's not top tier, but it is pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
A tier?
I can accept A tier.
You're really struggling with that one.
Here's the thing. I love this perk. I pick it like all the time, but I can. But I think it's objectively not the best. It's fine though, we're getting to objectively the best perk now. The one that everyone loves.
The one that doesn't work?
No. It's perfect, kiddo. It's perfect. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh,
what is it, Sarge? What is it?
Man, I'm having to search for the name because I always mess up the name of it. It's In Shining Armor. It gives you +5 damage threshold against energy weapons while wearing metal armor, with an extra 2 damage threshold while wearing reflective eyewear helmets.
Yep.
Even if it worked, it wouldn't be that great. But instead, it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's literally worse than Here and Now. It is the bottom of D tier. It is a perk that gives you nothing. The Pip-Boy Light one is better than this, because it just doesn't work.
Oh my god. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, pick the cannibal perks, or the Pip-Boy Light one.
Yeah. You literally cannot get a worse perk than this.
Get certified. Get robotics certified. Because they'll have a better time.
It's so bad. Alright, Infiltrator's next, which is one more attempt to pick a broken lock.
That's the same as the hackery one, isn't it?
The Computer Whiz? Yeah.
Computer Whiz,
We'll just put those next to each other.
Yep, D tier.
Next up, Intense Training.
Intense
which is just
Training.
+1 to any special. And you can take this 10 times.
I won't put it in S tier, because it is an adjustment to your build. But it is still very good to have. And it is just a simplified version of like add strength or add agility. I forgot the name of it in the classic games, but it was just +1 options for each of the attributes.
Yeah.
In the first 2 games, whereas this one is universal. It's like you can pick an attribute and then increase it by 1. Yeah. Really straightforward. I think it's A.
But it deserves A tier.
Yeah.
Intense Training is just very good. It's not much to say about it.
Nope.
Next up, Irradiated Beauty. Sleep removes all rads, or in hardcore mode, 100 rads. This requires you to be level 22 and have 8 endurance, and Radaway exists.
You're already pretty durable at that point.
Yeah, you don't need that much Radaway, and you can just use it. It's not like super rare or anything. I feel like this is a D tier one again.
Yeah, I put it in D.
Alright. And then, oh god, I actually have to scroll now. There's so many
Ah.
perks. So many perks. Oh my god, and one of them I've moved out the way. Oh no, I haven't. Next up is Junk Rounds, which I accidentally immediately put in D tier. Sorry, Junk Rounds. Although you might still end up there. I don't remember this being very good. Oh, you can craft ammunition using scrap metal and tin cans, which is kind of nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think. That's very scavengery.
You still need the appropriate ammunition casing.
Okay.
Yeah, which, I mean, it makes the crafting a fair bit better. The problem is apparently a single round of ammunition requires 5 scrap metal and a tin can.
Oh god, really?
Yeah, which is too much.
5 scrap metal?
Yeah.
For 1 bullet?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, Junk Rounds, you go in D tier. In
That's
theory,
not
you're
good.
great, but yeah, scrap metal and tin cans, they're not rare in New Vegas, but you're not finding them that much to be able to afford a bullet.
In the wiki notes, it says, for most ammunition types, it is more cost-effective to simply sell the required crafting components and then purchase the appropriate round from a merchant.
Yeah.
Even with a low barter skill.
Man, the New Vegas ammunition, for some parts they did incredible, and in other parts they completely screwed the pooch. It's... The difference between the two is... We could probably have a whole topic about it at some point. It's bad.
I still prefer the experimentation that was being done, though, over, like, just generic-ass perks. So, like, like even if we are rating some of these as D tier, like at least they were trying, and at least we
Yes.
have variety in case we want to do a really horrible build. Like you can do that in New Vegas.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, in my case with Fallout 3, like I had to randomize my attributes to actually make it more challenging for me personally. Or randomize my entire level up. Basically.
It's okay, but we got another perk to gush over. Jury
That's
rigging.
good. Yeah, jury
Repair
rigging.
any item using a roughly similar item.
Yeah, that one's really
require
good.
90 in repair, but repair is a skill that almost every character's going to go for anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I put it in S tier
Same.
because it's just really, really good.
Yeah. I want to find an example of what you can repair with what.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go look in here. The bolt action anti-material rifle can be repaired by a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
I mean, this is the perk which suddenly makes it so the repair system stops being a problem.
yeah. Or 12.7mm SMG, which is like the highest tier of SMG you can get, can be repaired by the 9mm and 10mm SMGs. So it's like, yeah, it's upcycling to the extreme for the kinds of stuff you can repair. Just really good to have something like that, so you don't have to always go to, you know, a repair bench or a person who repairs and pay them ridiculous amounts of caps that you would rather just dump into a casino.
Yeah. Alright. Next up is Just Lucky I'm Alive, which is +4 luck for 3 minutes upon finishing a battle with less than 25% health, which isn't that great, and also immunity to critical hits, and +50% critical damage.
Okay, that first part is kind of useless, but the
Yeah.
second and third are pretty freaking good.
They really bury the good parts of the perk in this one. Like the luck bonus, that's almost never going to come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, technically it helps, but really not. The problem is this is another one of the karma perks.
It is.
This is the neutral karma perk. Once again, requires you to be level 50.
Yep. The very end of the levels.
Yeah, it's another, like, really good effect. I'd say better than the Ain't Like That Now.
Ain't like that now, yeah.
Yeah, because as well as the immunity to critical perks, the 50% crit damage is just really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, really good. But, you're almost never going to be able to use it. I say we
Yeah.
put it just above Ain't Like That Now.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
In B tier.
Right, and next up... next up is Laser Commando!
Oh, yeah! Laser Commander. Commander!
Yes, Laser Commander, not Commando.
Yeah,
Can't believe I said it wrong.
that's okay.
No, don't forgive me. I
Okay,
refuse forgiveness.
that's not okay. That's not
more
objective,
like it.
Sarge.
Yeah. This is extra 15% damage and extra 10% chance to critically hit with laser weapons.
Yep.
Love it. It requires energy weapons 90, but yeah, you're going to be an
You've
energy
already
weapons
committed.
build at this
It's
point.
Laser Commander. You've already committed to lasers.
Yeah, and it's just a really good damage boost and crit boost for lasers. I suppose it's A tier or S tier. Where do you want to put it?
It's not. I mean, there is more energy weapon stuff to go for sure. That is S tier in my mind. So I would put it in A.
Yep.
Because we have an idea of what is coming,
Yeah.
and there's going to be some other opportunities for laser weapons to be absurd.
Yeah. I'd already put it in A.
Yeah, it's an A tier.
Even as I said S tier or A tier, I was like, it's not quite S tier. Alright, we got a definitely S tier this time though. Lead Belly,
Lead Belly.
the perk which is always great in every Fallout game. Half radiation taken from food and water sources. Now, there is one thing I love about this perk, which is it requires Endurance 5 or Survival 40.
Aha.
Yeah, it's one of like 3 perks, I want to say, with the or as
Yeah.
a tag, rather than and. And I love that about it, and literally nothing else.
D tier.
Yeah. I'd say it's mid-tier on the D tiers.
Mid-tier D
but
tier. Okay.
That's as good as it gets.
I'll put it above chem resistant.
Okie dokie. Alright, we're now
What the heck
on
is this
to-
one?
This is Lessons Learned, which is... Oh, it's...
Ew.
Ew. Oh,
I'm
you've
sorry,
seen the
I
effect.
just-
Yeah, it's a
I just-
Lonesome Road one. And it gives you plus 1% XP gained per player level.
It's a Lonesome Road one, you said?
Yeah. It also requires you to already be level 26 and have 6 intelligence.
The
So you've
final
already
of
done
the
a ton
4
leveling.
main expansions for New Vegas grants you +1 XP per player level.
Yeah, so plus 26% XP gained is what you start with. And eventually you get plus 50% XP gain once you can no longer level up.
Yay! D tier.
Yeah.
This is like a more complicated here and now.
Yeah. God, it really is. It's like here and now, but in the future for some reason.
Yeah.
Why?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah. I just want to get there faster. But, like,
Uh.
New Vegas was the game that uncapped the XP also, because 3 had like a 50 XP cap on kills, but New Vegas is just like, nah. You're gonna get a lot of XP from big bads.
Yeah.
So it's silly.
Yeah. Life Giver is up next.
Life Giver,
Which is just 30 extra hit points.
just flat 30. We do have a finite amount of HP.
Yeah. The problem is 30 isn't a huge amount.
It's not a huge amount.
I'd say
High D?
No, bottom of C tier.
Bottom of C. Okay.
I'd say it is a perk
useful
you
for
can
some.
still. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not a wasted perk. I think all of our D tier ones are you're wasting a perk basically. This isn't a waste. It just isn't really gonna make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Light Step, which is floor traps or mines will not be set off. Now it does require Perception 6, Agility 6, and level 14.
Yes.
So it takes a little while, but God is it good.
Yes.
I think almost, like, over half of the permadeath runs of New Vegas that have ended for me is because I've stepped on a trap or a mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a real problem.
Often happened to me as well.
Yeah.
Like even if I knew I was in a minefield, mind you, like that's that it just happens.
Yeah, you will miss a mine. They blend in with the ground so much in free New Vegas. Like they're properly camouflaged. It's such a pain.
So this and Hit the Deck are kind of interchangeable to me, depending on the build that I'm running. This is better.
Yeah, well, they just don't set off. Rather than taking much less damage, you just don't take damage, and you can pick them up yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so it would be above Hit the Deck, but to me they're interchangeable based on my build.
Yeah, but this is objectively better still, in my opinion. I'm saying
objectively
this is A-tier.
better.
Like, some people will be saying
A-tier.
S-tier for this. I'll tell you that right now, Caedo.
Okay.
People will be viewing me as harsh for putting this in A-tier.
Okay, so A tier, it does make sense, especially in the case of like dead money. Like Light
you go
Step
to
will
dead
make
money
dead
and
money.
suddenly it's like, oh, I have to worry about radios, ghosts, and literally nothing else.
Pretty much it, yeah. Because that's all that should be stressing you out when you go there, to be honest. Because if you do walk in there, and walk not carefully, don't walk whatever. I was trying to come up with something clever and I
no,
ruined it.
That's not where I assumed you were going, but let's pretend everyone.
Your
in the
legs get blown off.
Yeah.
Or chewed off by bear traps. Whatever.
Alright. Next up, Light Touch.
Light Touch.
This is while wearing light armor, you gain plus 5% critical hit chance, and your enemies suffer minus 25% crit hit chance. This is another level 2 perk, which I love. Does require Agility 6 and Repair 45. But, now, I love this. For me and the way I play, this is basically S tier, take it every time. But that's because I almost always go with light armor.
Yeah. This is specific to light armor users, but I am also a light armor user because there's another light armor perk that I take almost every time in here because of our lack of a sprint button.
Yes. Like, light armor is also just the best in New Vegas. Like, unless you're going for, like, a faction armor playstyle, or you do just want to be, like, super tanky and power armor, if you're not going for one of those two, you're in light armor. Guaranteed, pretty much. And then this is basically just finesse with something better on top.
Yeah.
But
so S tier above finesse then. Or no, it's light armor. So it would have to be A tier then, right?
Yeah. We put finesse in A tier.
We put finesse in S tier.
I put finesse in A tier, I think. Oh.
Okay. Are we changing finesse? I thought we We said S tier.
I thought we said A tier. Man.
Caedo, roll it back. Who's who's objective in this situation?
That'll
okay.
be a fun one. I think either way, we put this next to Finesse, and we'll find out after the recording.
Okay, I'll put it next to I'll put it in S tier next to Finesse, and one of us is right, one of us is wrong, but nobody knows because we're objective.
I genuinely have no idea if there's three scenarios. Either we both said S tier, and I then put it in A tier. We both said A tier, and then you put it in S tier. Or we each said something different and did not pick up on that. I'm genuinely looking forward to finding this out.
Or we had a memory wipe. We had put it in D tier, and then something else happened in space-time that caused it to move. Anyway, Living Anatomy?
Living Anatomy, yes.
Or not.
Living Anatomy, yeah. I don't remember what this does.
Shows health and damage threshold of any target, which is similar to awareness, but also a 5% bonus to damage against humans and non-feral ghouls.
Okay, the second half of that really saves it.
Yeah, it does.
Because you're dealing with humans all the time. There's not that many non-feral ghouls you deal with, but there's still a few in the game.
Yeah.
I
think C tier.
Okay, I can accept. I want to put it near the top of C tier.
Yeah.
But that's about all.
Yeah. This is a good one, I think.
It's long haul.
Pretty sure. Long haul.
This is, being over encumbered no longer prevents you from using fast travel.
Yay!
But before you yay too much, this requires Endurance 6 and Barter 70.
Yeah.
You need to invest in Barter.
You can be a traveling salesman. That's what it wants you to do.
But let's face it, Barter is one of the less invested skills in the game.
I know.
Like,
that's the case for every one of them.
I think we can put this in C tier.
Okay.
I don't want to put this to D tier, because the effect is really quite handy.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is you need to invest in Barter. And
but we were talking about the ease that we have as New Vegas players to max out all skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I find that even when I'm doing like a maxed out skills character, Barter is still the one I don't bother investing
One of the
in.
last ones. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame. But hey, it's cool. I wish Barter was better. I wish this was higher up on the list. I want to put that out there. Okay. This isn't going to work with my accent. Math Rath?
Math Maths rats.
Yeah. I mean, it's mathematic rathratic, surely. This reduces all AP costs by 10%.
Isn't language fun?
It's so fun. I think this is decent.
Yeah.
But not great.
I like taking this one because it reduces all AP costs, and some of them are pretty hefty, especially for melee and big guns.
Yeah. Do keep in mind, if you could hit an enemy 9 times in VATS, you can now hit them 10 times. If you can hit an enemy twice in VATS, you can now hit them twice.
Yeah.
This is I feel like this is a perk which seems better than it is. It's not terrible, but the actual bonus isn't amazing. Like, it's better than Action Boy and Action Girl, I think. But I don't think it's a lot better.
So, B tier?
I can accept B tier. This is also a perk which I pick fairly often. Like, I'm not trying to disparage it. I'm just trying to make sure we stay objective and truthful throughout this.
Yep. Truthful, completely accurate.
Which we've managed so far. I mean, we've got our trees are already looking different somehow, but we're definitely both right. And now we're on to Meltdown.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
I
one's
love
cool.
that the description of this on the wiki starts with foes. It's foes killed by your energy weapons emit a corona of harmful energy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I don't know how good it is, but I love it. And I cannot be objective on this one, Caedo.
It's classically, oh god, there's so many notes on this, holy crap. Taking this perk grants the ability to cause a plasma explosion that damages any other NPCs in their vicinity when killing an enemy with any energy weapon. The plasma explosion can cause critical hits and sneak attack criticals, potentially killing nearby targets and propagating further meltdowns. The explosion projects force, often throwing movable objects, and dismembers corpses. It can also cause friendly fire, damaging the player character, companions, and bystanders. Only direct hits can trigger meltdown from killing an enemy. If a weapon has a damage over time effect, such as flame or hollow rifle, it will not trigger meltdown. The damage dealt by meltdown is relative to the damage dealt by the weapon that killed the target. A powerful weapon such as the Gauss rifle can trigger high damage meltdown. Oh my god, Gauss rifle, that's right. Yeah, I want to say S tier. I've only gotten halfway through the notes on here, but this sounds freaking amazing.
We can put it in S tier.
I don't even.
It's great.
I don't even know if I've taken Meltdown or if I took it and then just stopped playing New Vegas because it got too easy or something. I don't know. But it's really strong. That's our energy weapon S tier. One of them.
I mean, it's the one I always think of when I think about energy weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got a weird one coming up next now, because it's Mile in Their Shoes, which is, you have come to understand Night Stalkers. Consuming Night Stalker squeeze-ins now grants bonus to perception, +1 perception, poison resistance, +5, and stealth, +5 sneak, in addition to the normal benefits. So this improves one item.
That's weird.
Yeah.
This looks like it was pulled. This looks like it was pulled from Wasteland in how weirdly specific it is.
I mean, in my brain as well, it should be like a challenge perk or something.
Yeah,
for if
that would
you've
make more
killed
sense.
a certain number of Night Stalkers and ate their things
Squeezins?
enough times, yeah, then this would happen. But as a regular perk, it is so strange.
Yeah, I kind of want to put it in D just because it's. I don't see it being, especially with the finite number of perks we get. Like this is really particular, and also Night Stalkers are not that common of an enemy.
Nope. You know what? I think it can be a high D tier.
High D tier. Okay, cool.
That's as good as it's getting, unfortunately. Yeah, it's such a strange perk. Like, I don't see anyone arguing with us on that.
Yeah.
And next up, we have Misfortune, which I will say I love the name.
Yeah.
Misfortune is great. Which is basically the mysterious stranger, except she doesn't kill the enemy.
She incapacitates them.
Yeah. Like, she can knock them down, or, like, cripple them or stuff. It's...
Variety of detrimental effects.
Yeah.
Depending on certain factors, with every attack with her gun, and each one generates a fortune percentage on the target. With a fortune under 35, a knockdown for 10 seconds. Any of the following will detonate if they are in the inventory and are at least one game unit further away. Oh, she'll detonate grenades that are in the enemy's inventory.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here's the thing. She's a much more interesting version of
very
the Mysterious
interesting.
Stranger.
Yeah.
The problem is she has the exact same requirements in terms of a perk as the Mysterious Stranger, and rather than killing the enemy, she just kind of messes with them a bit.
Yeah. She's like, haha, pranked you, and then shoots their leg off.
Like, I wish she was... You know what? I don't even wish she was better as a perk. I wish she was lower on requirements and Mysterious Stranger was higher on requirements.
Yeah.
That way she actually was useful. But you unlock these both at level 10 and with luck 6. And you can either choose to have a really good perk or a good perk. And it just doesn't make sense to take her. I think it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to imagine what changes I would make to make this more awesome and interesting. Would be something along the lines
chance
of
for her appear. If she was like a 25% chance to appear rather than the 10% same as Mysterious Stranger, like, sure, she doesn't deal as much, but she's more likely to show up. Like, there's ways to make this work, but it just doesn't.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like...
Not D tier.
Not D tier.
I refuse to put Misfortune in D tier.
Not D tier because of the creativity. Like, there was a lot of work put into this. Yeah. Like, it has its own character. It's not just a stat thing.
Yeah. She's also still not useless. It's just a case of when you get to picking her as a perk, you pick Mysterious Stranger first, no matter what.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you played Final Fantasy VII. It's like the slots move for Cait Sith.
Yeah, I mean, my fault was actually Final Fantasy VIII, because, you know, I'm edgy like that. And I
'cause
thought
you're
about
cool,
Odin and what's his face? The guy with a bunch of swords and multiple arms.
Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh, yeah. Odin and Gilgamesh. Basically, you got Mysterious Stranger, who's Odin, who just insta-kills, or you've got Gilgamesh, who's Misfortune, who could do, like, 1 damage or kill them.
Yeah. Because in Final Fantasy VIII, he, like, slips and falls on the fail, right? Or something like that?
He does I know it's dependent on the sword, I can't remember the animations.
Yeah.
It's also, like, it's such a niche thing.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get Odin and then make it to the final disc and have a fight with Cypher where Cypher cuts Odin in half and then Gilgamesh appears instead.
Oh, that sounds so awesome.
Yeah, and getting Odin is an entire puzzle, boss, challenge, arena section of the game. It's such a long-winded way to get Gilgamesh.
Well, we've gone into a different tangent,
Yeah,
obviously.
we don't have time
but
to talk about this.
Odin is always OP in Final Fantasy anyways.
Not in 9. In 9
Okay.
he misses half the time.
Okay, often he's OP.
Yeah. Misfortune. Where are we putting it, Caedo?
C tier somewhere.
Let's put her at the top of C tier.
Top
She
of
can be
C tier.
queen of C tier.
Okay.
Alright.
Mr. Sandman.
Yes. You get to instantly kill a sleeping player. Or non-player character, sorry.
The player?
You instantly kill the player character. S tier. Love it.
Objectively, you kill the player.
Yep. No, you get... I will say, the one advantage this has over the Fallout 4 version is it gives you bonus XP rather than no XP.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, it's just not good.
No.
I think this can go low on C tier? Maybe? Oh,
might
part
put
of
it-
me's like, is it D tier?
I think it's D tier.
Yeah.
This is just an accelerator for XP, but we don't need them a lot of the time.
Like, yeah, it's a real shame it's not better.
Yeah.
Now we've got Mysterious Stranger. Who we've already discussed a bunch.
The superior misfortune,
Yeah.
strictly because it doesn't beat around the bush, it just kills someone.
I'm thinking top of A tier.
Top of A.
Like a 10% chance with every single VATS usage that you just kill them outright. Like, that's good.
Does this work on Lanius?
Yeah, it works on everything, I assume.
Okay.
I see no reason why it wouldn't work on anything.
I'll
Everything's
believe
killable.
you, and without looking up any conflicting information, and put it at the top of A.
Perfect. And now we have Nerd Rage, which is what tons of people are probably doing in the comments with our terrible decisions.
Yeah, everybody's nerd rage is procking right now.
Yeah, this maxes out strength to 10 and gives you plus 15 damage threshold whenever your health is 20% or lower. I've never been a fan of Nerd Rage.
Yeah, same.
Okay, yeah, it's you need to be so close to death for it to work. And like if you're playing a character who wants good strength anyway, that's because you want melee damage. Why would you not be playing high strength regardless? Like the increase to strength isn't going to be much if it's going to be helpful. The damage threshold is nice, but
it is, but if it raised something besides damage threshold, or like temporary something to like just prevent damage entirely. I don't know, like
that's what I did in my video where I rewrote the Fallout 4 perks. I was like, make it so you just get damage immunity for like 10 seconds or whatever, and then it could be useful, but it's just not. The question is C tier or D tier. Is this a never take it, or is it the you shouldn't take this?
D tier. There might be some anger.
Okay, that's fine. It's in D tier.
All right.
Now we got Nerves of Steel, which is 20% faster AP regeneration.
I like this one.
I actually like this as well. I think it's a
not?
B tier, maybe a B tier perk.
I kind of wanted to put it in A.
No, B tier perk then.
What? Why?
It's good, it's not amazing. Like, AP regeneration isn't that fast anyway, so the percentage-based nature of it means that it's not giving a huge boost, but it is still a good boost.
Which is why it's an A tier.
Which is why it's in B tier, Caedo.
A tier is good. B is more leaning towards average, right?
B tier is still solid, just not that great. Like B tier is not bad. Let's make this clear. B tier is not bad.
But
C
it
tier is
starts
bad,
with B.
D tier is worthless. No, B also means brilliant. B also means boff, which is French for okay. Like, there are so many B words.
There are. There are, Sarge.
There's so many B words, Caedo.
You're
We cannot
correct.
list them all.
I want to
say
put it
this
in
is
low
B
A.
tier. If this doubled your AP regeneration, amazing, but 20% faster AP regen. Action... What?
I'm an AP whore,
You know what?
Sarge.
I've put this in A tier, but I'm not happy about it. Better be low down in A tier.
It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of A.
Grumble. Alright. Night Person, which is an extra 2 points of intelligence and perception between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Where's my son?
I don't like this.
You do. You have to see the last list to get that reference.
Yeah.
Or last episode where we talked about the Fallout 4 variant.
Yeah.
God,
It's not useful.
Nope.
I don't think I'd ever take it, honestly.
Nope. Nobody
Like,
nope.
sure, you could play at night all the time because you can sleep and stuff and work it out that way and game it, so you do basically have a constant +2 intelligence and +2 perception, but I just wouldn't want to.
I want to be honest. I just like seeing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And also, I've learned that when you record gameplay, viewers also like seeing what you're doing.
Yeah. You know what? This might have a different opinion throughout people who don't record video of these games.
It might, for sure. Because, like, have you ever tried playing the Metro games and recording it? Like, it's a nightmare to try to watch. It's fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, people run this with horror games, too, I'm sure. Is like, everything's dark.
I mean, if we make it to the what we've been doing thing, I've got a game to talk about where that is a thing.
Yeah.
Where it's just too dark at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, this is bad. I've put it in D tier.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of D for me.
Okay. And then we're on to Ninja. Multiplies critical chance by 1.15 with melee and armed weapons, and grants plus 25% damage with melee and unarmed sneak attack criticals.
This one's good. Very good.
Yeah. We can agree on that. How high do you want to put it? You're the melee unarmed guy. Where does it go?
I want to say S tier.
Okay. You can put it in S tier.
Because it's a lot of benefits for melee unarmed, and it categorizes two weapon types too.
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
Great.
Yep.
Throwing spears do count into that category.
Okay, I understand why it's an S tier for
as
you now.
well. So
God,
if you're not
the ninja
already
who's
one-shotting,
throwing spears at people,
if you're
as their
okay,
sneak
there's
attack.
There's spears and also tomahawks, but I gravitate towards spears because I know where to farm them pretty easily.
It's also such a ridiculous stealth weapon.
Yeah. Yes.
A giant length of wood with a bit of metal at the end.
Yeah, and it takes their head right off every single time.
Yep. Oh. Alright. There's another one which I'm going to have to defer to you on. It's Nuka Chemist, which unlocks special Nuka-Cola recipes at the workbench.
Oh, yeah. Because you...
I have never taken this.
Yeah. Well, there's another... yeah, fills a similar role to Quantum Chemist from Fallout 3. We can make Quartz, Victory, and Ice Cold Nuka-Cola. I do take this because it complements another perk in here that I do take also pretty often. Related to making explosives that happen to use Nuka-Cola as a base.
Okay.
So this is still very specific. Like it's a specific use case, but it is good because there's only so many like quartzes and victories that are in the game. Or at least I believe so. I don't think you can get them much, if at all, from merchants. Like they're just in static locations.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken, but it seems like they're extremely rare, most of the time. So
where's it going,
like,
Caedo?
I want to say high B or low A.
High B.
High B. Okay.
I'm not putting in A tier.
Fine by me. Okay. All right. Wow.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't know about that tone, Sarge.
Okay. At this point, I want to say, are we doing the full tier list in this video.
How many more?
44.
Can we rapid fire them?
If you're happy to rapid fire them, we can go through them.
Yeah.
And next
Unless
up...
we argue every single one.
Yeah. Okay, next up is Old Well Gourmet. I don't even remember the effect of this, but I remember not liking it.
Mine, plus 25% addiction resistance, plus 25% health bonus from snack foods. Scotch, vodka, and wine now give you health in addition to their normal effects. No, that's kind of meh.
That sucks. I'm putting it in D tier. It can
D
be
tier.
high D tier, but yeah. Alright, and after that is Pack Rat, which is another carry weight one.
That's a good one, I think, right?
Items with a weight of 2 pounds or less now weigh half as much.
Ooh, yeah,
this is
that's a really
better
good one.
than the 10 weight one, because you have so many items which weigh just like 1 or something, but it adds up to way more. Like, even if you're playing a big guns character.
So this is A, then, right?
I'm happy to put it in A tier, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Then it'll be Paralyzing Palm. Take it away, Caedo.
Oh, you know there's the S tier.
It just paralyzes enemies
For
with
30
unarmed attacks.
seconds.
Yeah,
Nothing
it's
will survive
ridiculously
that long.
God, it's a level 18 and suddenly unarmed is like the best one-on-one fighting style.
Yeah, that's the point to where you have a lot of the unarmed special moves too. So you can, once they're paralyzed, you can stomp them.
Yep.
Because they fell to the ground.
And if you want to be even stronger, Piercing Strike. All your unarmed and melee attacks negate 15 points of damage threshold.
Also S tier.
Oh god, I was going to say top of A tier, but if you want to put it S tier, I can put it S tier.
That negates 15. It
doesn't negate all of it, but
it's a noticeable difference though.
Yeah, top of A tier. We happy
Top of
with
A
that?
tier. Top of A tier is fine. I also points to the artist for
Yeah. Some of these artworks are beautiful.
punching
Honestly,
through someone's body.
Some of them I'm not a huge fan of, but some of these I love. Next up is Plasma Spaz. AP costs for all plasma weapons are reduced by 20%. I don't love this. It's too specific.
Okay.
Do you want to put it in C tier?
C tier's fine.
I can accept C tier, but it's like way too specific. It's just that plasma weapons, and like, yeah, not that great. However, Purifier is great. Purifier is 50% extra melee damage with melee and unarmed weapons against Centaurs, Night Stalkers, Spore Plants, Spore Carriers, Death Claws, and Super Mutants.
Oh yes.
Those last two make this good.
This is still
How good, though?
Still melee oriented, so I would probably put it in A.
Okay.
Is
I
that
feel like it's lowish down on A.
lowish
Not
A?
like- maybe mid-tier A, you know?
Okay, mid A. Above the implant.
I can handle that. I
Or
mean,
below
I'd
the implant.
obviously... I'd take the implant, but that's because I don't play melee much.
Okay.
This is still very good.
It's below the implant.
Okay. Next up, Pyromaniac. Extra 50% damage with fire-based weapons. There's not many fire-based weapons,
Yes.
but it is a great damage boost.
It's a huge damage boost, and I have been told numerous times, even that I've forgotten sometimes, which I don't think I did sometimes. Saturnite Superheated Power Fist is insanely strong when you take this perk.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly. But
I'm
again, that
feeling
is
like...
even more specific than what you're thinking when you think Pyromaniac, so...
Yeah. I'm thinking A tier?
A tier's good, yeah.
Like,
I'd
the
put it at
damage
the
boost
bottom
is
of A,
crazy, but there's a real limit on the weapons that actually...
Yeah, there's
get
only so many
affected.
fire-based weapons.
Yeah. You have to base your build around Pyromaniac, really.
Yeah.
Next up, Quick Draw. Makes weapon equipping and holstering 50% faster.
S tier.
Caedo.
I'm just kidding.
Is this going D tier?
I was gonna make a joke about, like, if you have the mysterious magnum, it plays the sound twice because you're drawing so fast.
Like, I don't know if this is bottom of C tier or like top of D tier level. I genuinely can't make the decision. You need to make the call.
C tier because some weapons you swap, especially big ones, would be
Yeah,
like that would be valuable. I think.
I can see some use to it.
So, it's high C.
Oh, okay, it's not high C on my end, but it's in C tier still.
Aha.
Alright, now we've got Rad Absorption, which is -1 rad every 20 seconds. In theory, I kinda like this, but I don't
bad.
think it's actually very good. Like, you can just use Rad away.
Yeah.
And like the natural decline of it is nice, but I don't think it's great. C tier?
C tier's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rad Child. Regenerate 2 HP per second per 200 rads accumulated.
That's a lot of rads, though.
Yeah. Like, this could be good. If you manage to get yourself, like, just over 200 rads, I think it's like 200 to 400? Yeah, 200 to 400 rads. If you manage to get that, then great. But, it is a good amount of healing. I think it's B tier, but
B tier?
low B tier.
Low B. Okay.
Like, it can be made to work very well. Rad resistance, plus 25% radiation resistance permanently. That's not good.
Nope.
Are we putting it D tier or C
D tier.
I didn't hear that. I've put it in D tier.
D tier. D tier, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, now we've got another one to fight over. It's rapid reload.
This one's higher, though.
I will accept C tier.
Okay, I'm not...
It's
We don't have time.
25% faster reloading.
We don't have time to fight about this again.
Yeah. It should be a faster speed. I love it, but it should be faster.
Okay.
Alright. Retention. Skill magazines last for 3 real-time minutes. I don't think this is very good.
I don't care about this one much.
Yeah. Like, you use the magazines for, like, a check or something when you really need them. Having the bonus last longer doesn't matter.
I don't think the dialogue... No, you can lose bonuses when you're in dialogue, right?
Yeah. But... bottom of C or top of D or somewhere around there? Where do you want to put it?
Now that I've said that, I don't know.
I'm putting it in D tier.
Okay, D tier.
Executive decision. Still goes in D tier.
Okay.
We're speeding through because we've not got many left.
Yeah.
Robotics expert. Plus 25% damage to robots and can shut down robots by sneaking up on them.
C
it's better than the other robot one.
C for situational.
Situational. Perfect. Alright, we're on to Roughing It now, which is... Is that a Lonesome Road or a... I think it's a Lonesome Road.
That is a Lonesome Road one, yeah.
Ooh, Roughing It is sleeping outside gives well-rested benefit.
Come on.
Why? Why did they make so many sleeping perks in the DLC?
Survival 100, by the way.
Oh god, yeah.
This is D.
Yep.
I didn't even go to level 28. Survival 100. Nope.
And then you can get more experience situationally. God, it's so bad. Okay. Run and gun. Half spread with one-handed ranged weapons while walking or running. It's okay.
I don't use handguns that much in
I've used it before.
Fallout.
It's alright.
Vegas?
I'm gonna say high C? Like, I was considering B tier, but honestly, I don't know. I genuinely don't know for this one. I'm just gonna say low B. Okay.
Because conceptually it does sound useful to me, because we are just a lot of the time backpedaling and shooting.
Yeah.
So that would be valuable, I think.
Yeah, it could be handy. Scrounger now. Considerably more ammunition and stockpiles. This is better than Fortune Finder. Where did we put Fortune Finder?
I don't see it.
How do neither of us see it?
We've lost it.
What? I think we put Fortune Finder in... I thought we put it in D tier, but I can't see it anywhere. We didn't put it in S tier, did we? No.
No, we put it in C tier. We put it in, like, mid-C.
Oh, okay.
No.
Scrounger can maybe be top-ish of C, low B? Low B.
Low B.
You need ammo.
Okay. Yep.
Sure, why not?
Ammo's good.
I'm so not confident on that one. Shotgun Surgeon. When using shotguns, regardless of ammunition used, you ignore an additional 10 points of a target's damage threshold.
Ooh, that one's strong too.
This is not S tier.
It's not S tier.
I think it could be A tier, though.
Okay.
Because it's very good. People seem to overrate this perk. Like, it's good, but it's not crazy good or anything. Like, even A tier, I'm like, it's low down in A tier. But it's still good.
Yeah. I think it's because, like, pellets themselves are not heavily damaging, but once they start breaking through that damage threshold that enemies have, like, it starts to become really devastating, so...
Yeah.
I think
and
that's
obviously, once it starts synergizing with everything else, people are just like, oh my god, shotguns are crazy. This isn't the primary reason, but it is a good bonus still.
Yeah.
Silent running. Running no longer factors into a successful sneak attempt.
Yep.
I like this,
I do too.
but it's not insanely good.
No. And also it should be, I think it kind of got phased out and just fused with ranks of sneak, right?
Yeah, in the future it did, yeah.
Yeah, because like it's frustrating to have to spend a point on a perk to like not have to crawl everywhere.
Yes. You know what? I think this could make it to B tier, because the frustration of being super slow while sneaking
Yeah,
is enough for me to be like, yeah.
because it's more of a convenience, like fixing something that should not really be a problem at Sneak 100.
Yeah. Alright, and now it's time for the Buffy perk, Slayer. The speed of all your melee and unarmed weapon attacks is increased by 30%. How good is it, Caedo, the melee slash unarmed guy? Oh, okay. I see. S tier it is then.
How many other perks give you just a flat attack speed bonus?
I feel like we had another one which did. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like there was another one, but it wasn't much. Oh, it was the irradiated one. You get like 1.25% while taking rads.
Ooh. Oh, well. Might have to make a build around that.
No, we're not going back to it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you're talking about building a builder.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll discuss it later. Sneering Imperialist. That's our next one? Yes, it is. What is the exact effect? Oh no.
For the queen!
Scrolling. Plus 15% damage and plus 25% accuracy in VATs to various tribal and raider characters. So this covers, like, the Zion people. It covers Fiends, Freeside Thugs, Jackal Gang members, Freeside Locals, Viper Gunslingers, Sorrows, Dead Horses, White Legs. And, okay, some other people are, like, partially covered, like Refugees and Wastelanders and Great Khans. Yeah, it feels kind of cruel that it covers refugees.
It starts feeling worse and worse as you go, Sarge.
Yeah. This is still really good, though. Because, like, Fiends and Jackals and Vipers, those are just common enemies.
I just farm Fiends, so,
yeah,
you know.
This is a damage boost and accuracy and VATS boost. I want to put it in A tier.
I'm inclined to agree.
Okay.
A tier.
Nice. And then we got Sniper.
Looks like Sniper.
Yep, 25% more likely to hit the target's head in VATS. It's good.
That's good. Mr. Sniper
it's, like,
Man.
Really quite good. Yeah.
Where are we putting it?
I'm gonna low A.
Low A. Okay.
I actually want to kind of put it in B, but that's because I don't use VATs.
Aha.
I think if you're using VATs, it is pretty good. Alright, next up, Solar Powered. Plus 2 strength and plus 1 HP per second while outside from 6 AM to 6 PM.
Yeah.
I don't like the conditionals. I understand them, but I don't like them.
I like this one in particular because of the healing aspect.
The healing is good, but I'd argue that Radchild, which we dunked on a little bit, is arguably a bit better. It's like double the healing all the time if you've got 200 rads. Which isn't
but you
that
have
bad.
to have 200 rads.
Yeah, but for this one you have to be outside during the 12-hour window.
That's not that hard.
Anytime you're inside, this stops working. You're inside so often.
Just step
So many
outdoors.
places. What happens if you're in the middle of a vault? Suddenly it's like, oh, this no longer works, and I've just lost 2 strength, and now I'm over encumbered.
Well, you'd probably realize that as soon as you walk in.
Yeah. I want to put this in C tier. I can be argued up to B tier.
Nah, C tier's fine.
Okay.
Blast radius?
Ooh, splash damage.
Splash damage. That's close enough.
This is explosives have a 25% larger area of effect. Basically a bigger blast radius. Explosives guy. How many times have you killed yourself with this perk?
How many fingers have I lost? I can't count anymore. Well, this just makes everything explosive based more fun, obviously.
Yeah.
And also more deadly to you.
Yes.
And something that I would couple with Hit the Deck, for obvious reasons. So I would put it in B, next to hit the deck.
Fine. I will say I want to put it just under hit the deck.
Yeah,
as
that's
a
where I put it.
reminder to people to take hit the deck first.
Yes, yeah, very important.
Okay, another D tier one. It's spray and pray. Your attacks do 75% less damage to companions. Just, don't shoot your companion.
Yeah, this is like a reverse of what should have happened in Fallout 1.
Oh yeah. Oh god. The opposite of this in Fallout 1 would have been a take every time perk.
Yeah. Yeah, hey companions, don't hurt me that bad. Please.
I'm sorry, Ian can't hear you over the sound of bullets shooting into your spine.
Well, in Fallout 2's case, too, because you saw Marcus, what he did.
Yep.
So.
Marcus can't hear you over the glorious sound of a Bozar killing vault dwellers. Oh wait, you're the vault dweller. Oops.
Yep.
Wait, you're not even... you're a tribal, technically. Do you count as a vault dweller? Doesn't matter. That's a tangent. Stonewall.
Stonewall's pretty good.
It's extra damage threshold against melee and unarmed attacks, and not being able to be knocked down.
Yes.
And to be fair, there's quite a few melee and unarmed enemies.
There are.
It is situational, though. I'm leaning towards a strong B.
What if I told you? I need to confirm my thought here really quick.
What's your theory? Talk us through it, Caedo.
No, hold on. Does Stonewall apply to Beast and Abomination attacks? What? In New Vegas? Come on. I can't...
Yes?
Okay.
Like beast... Like Deathclaws and stuff.
Deathclaws, Yaoguais,
Yeah.
geckos. I can't get a confirmation in the wiki
yes,
itself.
Yes, it would apply to that.
Because it says melee weapons and unarmed attacks. But does that count?
Yeah. I mean, Deathclaws are listed as a knockdown source.
They are listed as a knockdown source. But that's the knockdown
These are still
immunity
melee
part.
and unarmed attacks. But they're definitely not range attacks. I don't know what else a Deathclaw would be.
Well, I'm talking about the DT bonus, because they are separate bonuses.
Yeah, it's got to be an unarmed or melee attack Deathclaw's attacking.
Okay. Then, yeah. I want to put it...
in B tier, right?
I want to put it in A, low A.
Very
Because
low A.
Trying to melee Deathclaws otherwise and getting knocked down is instant death.
Yes,
so
that's fair. I can
you gotta be real careful until you have Stonewall.
Yeah.
Also, it's really funny when big horners surprise you by knocking you down. And then they all just kill you.
Alright. Another A tier perk is Strongback, which is plus 50 carry weight.
Easily.
The reason this is A tier and Burden to Bear was B tier is that this only requires you to be level 8 and Strength 5 and Endurance 5. Whereas Burden to Bear, you have to be way higher level.
Yeah.
This is a nice early carry weight boost. Love it.
Yep.
And now, Super Slam.
Yeah.
All melee, except thrown, and unarmed attacks have a chance of knocking your target down. 15% for unarmed or one-handed melee, 30% for two-handed melee. Yeah, and Caedo's giggles let you know that it's going to be high. Where are you putting it, Caedo?
S tier.
Oh god, I'm fine. You're lucky we're shooting through these now.
When I was talking about interchangeable, you can take either Super Slam or Paralyzing Palm. Both will kind of give you the windows that you need to just destroy someone. So
yeah,
but they're both very good.
Swift Learner, you gain an additional 10% whenever experience points are earned.
D tier.
D tier, yeah. Now we have Tag,
D
which
tier.
is plus 15 points to a skill. I'd argue this is high up in D tier.
It's okay.
There we go. I've defended it now.
It's
Terrifying Presence.
Oh, okay. All right. Terrifying Presence.
It's just like here and now, basically, but not as bad. Because you're at least not wasting the experience. I don't know.
It's like any of the skill perks you would pick, but letting you choose
Yeah.
from Fallout 3.
Yeah, but we don't have those perks now, understandably, because you can just get tons of skill points.
Yep.
Okay. Terrifying Presence is you get to intimidate foes through dialogue. And while I love this perk, I fear that it might be D tier.
It's too situational.
Yeah, the only example I ever remember is like the Brotherhood of Steel. Like one of their patrols or something. You scare them off, But yeah,
Yeah.
I wish this was a good perk, but it's just not worth taking.
Yeah.
The Professional. Your sneak attack criticals with revolvers, pistols, and submachine guns inflict an additional 20% damage. This is good.
Yeah, this is pretty good. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah. It covers a decent variety of weapons. Not as many as I'd like, but it's still very good. An extra 20% damage on sneak attack criticals is a lot of damage.
This is a pretty... I'm thinking of one particular SMG. I don't know if you might be thinking of the same one. It's called Sleepy Time. It's just it's a suppressed, really powerful SMG.
Yeah.
And a damage bonus on top of that is just... It's already strong. Makes it stronger.
I was actually thinking about the Mysterious Magnum and how unsneaky it is and how funny it is to get sneak attack criticals. But
there is that too.
Yeah. Where do you want to put this?
This could be B.
Okay. I'm going to say high B, because I was alternating between A and B.
Okay.
And now... Oh, them's good eatins. We're on to another DLC perk.
Them's... Oh, there we go. Apostrophe S.
Eatins. Eatin as well.
Yeah.
Because any living creature you kill has a 50% chance to have the potent healing items Thin Red Placed or Blood Sausage when looted. I will say I like that it's 50%, and these are solid healing items. Like, it's HP regen and max hit points for a reasonable amount of time.
Oh, wow.
These are good items.
Yeah.
But
very, very survival-y in that sense.
Yeah. I like this. I don't think it's top tier. I think it's a strong B.
Strong B. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and now
The final
died.
The final level 51.
Yeah. What does this do? This is when your karma's at least 250, so super positive. You get your karma reset to 0, plus 10 health per 100 karma, and plus 10% damage and immunity to critical hits. I mean, the damage and immunity to critical hits is great.
Yeah.
This might be the best of those three, but you're still level 50 when you're getting it.
That's the downside. That's the main downside of all of them, is like, what do you have left to do at that point?
Yeah. It's just like, well done, you beat the game, now be significantly stronger.
And I was seeing like that plus 10% or plus 10 health per 100 karma. Like, you can still farm that, but like, why would you want to? Why would you need to? Kind of thing.
They're all kind of pointless, unfortunately. I get it. I'm glad they made the final perks like strong, but there's also like nothing left of the game.
Yeah.
All right. Toughness.
Where did we put that one?
With the others, which is B tier.
B tier.
Yeah, because very good effects, just not gonna actually use them.
Oh my god, I feel like I've lost them. Oh, here we go. Okay.
It's the exact same facial expression for the one it's next to.
Oh, funny. There we go.
Toughness now, which is +3 damage threshold.
It's a little change that New Vegas made over Fallout 3 is damage threshold over damage resistance.
Yes.
This is more useful, I would argue, than a damage resistance toughness. Because threshold just removes damage from that equation, removes a flat amount.
Yeah. Where are you placing it?
I want to say B.
Okay.
Because
I'm good with
how many
B.
ranks? 2 ranks? So 6?
Yeah, there's 2 ranks. You could get 6, but it's 2 perks, remember.
And
like, it's not incredible, but it is just solid, simple.
Once it starts getting combined with armor, DT, and stuff like that, like, it starts really racking up.
Yeah.
So B? Mid-B?
Yeah,
or low,
I'm happy
low B?
with it in B tier.
Okay.
Anywhere in B tier.
Okay.
Alright. Travel light.
Haha.
While wearing light armor, or no armor, you run 10% faster. There's no sprint button in New Vegas. This is going to go up high, purely for that reason.
Yep. Your call.
I'm going to say A tier.
Okay.
God,
You're struggling really hard.
I really want to put it lower because it's not actually that great, but it's so annoying being slow all the
Yeah.
time in like free
True.
New Vegas.
Yes, it is. And then somebody in the comments is gonna be like, but you can just add a mod to your game.
Yeah.
Mods fix your game.
If you mod the game entirely, you can just mod it to be Fallout 4 instead, and then you can
Yeah.
sprint.
And you can fix it.
Alright, Tribal Wisdom. Half limb damage from animals, mutated animals and mutated insects, and plus 25% to poison resistance, and you get to eat mutated insects in sneak mode.
This is like a lot of like cannibal stuff you're allowed to do, or cannibal mechanic stuff, plus
Yeah, it's cannibal but for insects. The affected creatures are bark scorpions, bloatflies, cazadors, fire ants, giant mantis, rad roaches, and rad scorpions.
Huh.
It's a decent mix. The effects aren't amazing, but they're... God, I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
I never take it.
I don't take it either, and you're not gonna have, again, you don't really have a shortage of food.
No. Yeah, I think this can be C tier. Like, it
C tier.
does provide some bonuses. It's not completely worthless. But I still don't take it. I think it can be low down on C tier.
Oh, yeah. Tunnel Runner.
Yeah, Tunnel Runner. This is one people take great.
I take it all the time.
Yeah.
Is that the
Sorry,
conversation?
It's extra sneaking speed while wearing light or no armor.
Yeah.
I think it's worse than Travel Light.
But they stack, don't they?
They do stack. But I want to put it below Travel Light, maybe next to Travel Light, though.
Okay. That's fine by me.
It's only while you're sneaking, and the one thing I love about Travel Light is if I'm going long distances, it makes it better.
I like sneaking fast.
Yeah, it's still very good. Now, Unstoppable Force. 4 times normal damage for enemy blocks with melee and unarmed weapons. Is this actually useful in the game?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
where are we putting it? Melee guy.
Unstoppable Force.
It's not going in S tier. I'm going to put my foot down on that first of all.
Sarge.
It's too situational. Just making it so that when the enemy's blocking your melee attack still basically does the same.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Your weapon doesn't bounce off of their blocks anymore. It goes right
Yeah.
through them.
That's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not S tier.
It's gonna be high
We can't put every melee perk into S tier.
But they love melee players so much when they made New Vegas Sarge.
I've been so good at not putting too much of my own. Oh, I play this certain way, therefore the perks
I
should be higher
know.
here."
I'll put sniper in S tier if you.
No,
I'm just kidding.
don't do that.
It's just
Right.
like bargaining stage.
Okay, we're now on to Vigilant Recycler. When using energy weapons, you are twice as likely to recover drained ammunition. You also have more efficient recycling recipes available at workbenches. This is better than the gun bullet
crap.
loading junk round ones.
Oh crap.
What have you done?
Oh no.
Caedo, tell me.
I'm recording system default, and Windows was just blooping a whole bunch of times when I was trying to search something, and I realized that that's been coming through the recording.
Oh no. Oh dear.
I'm gonna have some editing to do. Oh wait, no. You're still recording your end. No, it's fine. It's good. We're fine.
Okay.
We're good.
Fine.
Everything's fine. Oh my god, I was about to freak out.
Vigilant Recycler. It's better than the bullet perks.
Yes.
So it gets to go in C tier.
C tier. You got it.
Above the junk round hand loader one, I think it was, in there.
Okay.
Voracious Reader is up next. I don't remember this one at all.
Damaged books
do I
become
not
blank magazines. Can copy existing magazines into blank magazines.
Oh, I remember
This is magazine
this.
crafting.
Yeah, I remember this as one where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that. Oh, I've forgotten to take it and I don't care anymore.
Because then you don't need it.
Yeah. It's not needed.
If
I
you
can't
check
even find it on the
mailboxes,
wiki
like,
page.
you'll end up with enough magazines for
Yeah.
most things.
I'm gonna say D tier.
D tier?
It's only magazines as well. It's not like skill books.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Walker Instinct is next, which is an extra perception and agility when outside. I don't like this.
Nope.
Like, It's it's a restrictive intense training perk. Could we put it in C tier, or do you think it's just D tier?
I think it's D tier.
Okay. Alright, penultimate perk, weapon handling. This is the one which reduces the strength requirement by 2, right? Yeah, weapon strength requirements are 2 points lower than normal for you.
That's kind of... Because most of the firearms, if I remember correctly, and maybe even some of the melee ones, don't they have... They have strength requirements.
Yes.
To be... Not to be used, but to be used effectively.
Yeah.
Like, it never stops you from trying to use a weapon.
No. Here's the thing, this can be helpful, but it's only 2 points, and you could also just put a point into strength, or 2 points into strength, and you'd get all of the other bonuses too.
This one says, taking the perk means 2 points can be reassigned to other attributes without worrying about not meeting the strength requirements for desired weapons.
Yeah, but you could also, like, just have your strength high enough.
Yeah, or you could move those strength points to, like, luck or agility instead, if you're, like, especially doing, like a smaller arms build, like a handgun or light rifle thing.
I can't tell if you're arguing for or against this perk right now.
I'm arguing for this perk.
Okay, I'm gonna say, we've just dunked on a bunch of things which raise your special, like, in just specific ways. Like the one where we just had, where it was, like, extra perception thingy while outside.
Yes.
This doesn't even raise your strength.
Yes, but you are almost always using weapons of some kind.
Yes, you are using weapons, but where do you want to put it? I'm giving up, Caedo. You've worn me down over 100 perks.
I ruined
recording
Sarge.
for 3 hours.
It's high C tier.
Just plan out your builds, people. Plan out your builds.
Tell me if you've used weapon handling in your builds, so Sarge can get mad.
I will say I am sure I've used it before. I don't think it's completely worthless, but I do think it's D tier. But that doesn't matter. We're on to the final perk, Mad Bomber, the one that I forgot about.
Yes.
It enables you to create special explosive recipes at any workbench. Where does it go?
Okay, well, I want to go over what it lets you make, because some of these are exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
You can make the bottle cap mine efficient, which takes way less materials to make a bottle cap mine. You can make the fat mine, which is obviously a nuke mine or whatever you want to call it. Microfusion cell cluster, microfusion cell grenade, nuke grenade, time bomb high yield, and tin grenade. The microfusion cell clusters are insane. They are so strong.
Yeah.
It's like chucking a plasma cluster bomb and just watching fireworks and limbs and green energy. It's fun.
I will say I do actually like the microfusion grenade, specifically because the crafting components are just free microfusion cells.
Yes.
So you're not having to mess around with your Vegas's, let's face it, kind of terrible crafting system.
It's just, I don't know, it's kind of an early crafting system, so I don't know. I give it more of a break.
You give it leeway, but we've seen that it's not good. Having to, like, track down these specific items over and over again, and there wasn't much thought put into being like, oh, we should have this number of items here. It always feels like a mess to me. Maybe it's because Fallout 4 did it so well, but it always just does feel like a mess crafting in free.
In part, it's probably my fault too for just loving survival games, and the tediousness or the tedium of gathering the materials I need is kind of fun for me. So maybe that's a me thing. I want to put this in A. Are you okay with A, Sarge?
No. I'm gonna veto it down to B tier, because all it does is let you build some weapons. Like, it doesn't actually improve those weapons, and you still have to go through the thing of crafting them. I don't think I can justify a crafting perk in a game with a bad crafting system to go into A tier.
Whoa, you making it spicy, Sarge. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna put it in high B, though.
I'll let you have that. And I'm also gonna say, I can't read out every single perk name like I did last time. It was tough with 70 when I knew them well. with over 100 where I cannot remember the names, we'll just have to let people look at this and have listened for over 2 hours to us explaining them.
Yep.
And accept it.
In fact, I'm going to, like, just for the video's sake, I'm going to shrink this down so, like, I can show the full tiers for people. Just like, so scroll S, A, and then B and C, and then D. And then they can hash it out with us, who are totally objective, and we totally agreed every single time on every single perk.
Yep.
We
on
definitely
all of them.
Not subjective, never subjective.
I've forgotten which perk it is where we had it in different sections between S and A. Oh, it was finesse. Yeah. I'm really curious to see how that turns out.
We just don't know. That's one we just don't know anymore, and we'll find out once the recording hits who's right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both right.
We are. We both got it correct. Well done us. All right, everyone. That was our tier list. Hey, Caedo, what else you been doing?
I don't know. I've been playing more Warmane. Most people probably don't care about it, though. So instead, I want to mention that I ordered a PSVR 2 because it's on sale. We've hit the Black Friday season thing, so it's $200 off. So we got it. I ordered it because Sony also came out with an adapter for you to hook up a PSVR 2 to Steam, so you can play Steam VR games, which is what I have in the past. Nice. That's the reason why I got it. I wasn't going to get a Meta. I don't want to give Facebook any of my money if I can help it. So we ended up going for that PSVR 2, and I'm excited to play more Beat Saber again because we got rid of our Vive a while ago. Also, I never played Half-Life Alyx. I need to play Half-Life Alyx at least before I die. So I'm good. Sorry to make it dark, but I want to play Half-Life Alyx, man. And it felt like an impossibility until I saw this sale. So, because headsets are getting developed so quickly and so expensive still that it's annoying, because you still need to have, a lot of the time, if you want something that performs well, you have to have existing hardware to attach it to. So there's not just the entry cost of getting the headset, but the entry cost of having something to connect it to play your games. So just gonna be glad to have another or a new VR headset that I can play around with, and maybe be more active too, like get some like more active, maybe even like exercise or cardio kinds of things to do, because I'm lacking in that, especially during the winter. So that's what I'm doing. Sarge, what are you doing?
I've been playing Final Fantasy IX.
What?
Because I love Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, I thought you hated that game.
Oh, I can imagine why, but no, I've been playing tons of it. I'm about 24 hours, I think, into my playthrough at the moment. And I only, picked up the game, a week ago. Which gives you an idea as to how much I've been playing it. Every single night, I'm putting, a couple of hours in, and sometimes the day, and I have one day where I just basically played it and did nothing else. I love Final Fantasy IX.
Nice.
I just love it. It's great.
Yeah.
And also, on my side channel, Bad Company Gaming, where I do challenge runs, as well as the Fallout 4 Sniper Survival, which is ongoing and, past the halfway point now, I also started up Borderlands the Pre-Sequel Brand Loyalty, where I've been playing Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, and just using Hyperion items as Jack's doppelganger, which has been, a really fun and interesting challenge run, which I had the idea for ages ago, but I had to wait till I had a channel where I could have a series that will tank before I was willing to do it. Because, unfortunately, very few people enjoy Borderlands for pre-sequel.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, the Borderlands fanbase in general is Borderlands 2 or nothing when you talk about it online.
Yeah.
That's
that
how it goes.
True.
Yeah. And the pre-sequels, the game that came after Borderlands 2, and while it does some cool stuff, and it has some things which I think are objective improvements, in a lot of ways it was also worse.
Yeah.
The bosses, especially in the first half of the game, are just worse and kind of boring. The story isn't as good. The characters are less interesting, although they do have their own voice lines. And yeah, it wasn't as good a game as Borderlands 2. But it is still fun.
Yes.
And I've been having a good time with it, although I found out that Hyperion shields don't spawn until you're, like, much higher level.
I was wondering about that, because I watched a little bit into it. I'm like, wait a minute, are those higher ranking shields?
Yeah. My latest video is called Why Are There No Shields?
Yep, and that's what I figured.
Yeah, and I think it's going to take a few more episodes before I have a shield.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but it's fine, because I also accidentally break the challenge run rules on the next episode, and don't realise for a few episodes after. So that's a whole thing I'm going to have to deal with.
Did you hold equip something by accident?
No, I showed off this awesome class mod in episode 4 that I have, which is great and has health regen, and at no point do I realise that it doesn't say Hyperion on it.
No!
And I show it off constantly, and I just do not pick up on it.
Does Hyperion make class mods?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They make tons of class mods, because I switch out a Hyperion class mod for this one. Like a complete idiot, and then I'm just talking about it,
no.
and I do not notice. It's so bad.
Should I get in the comments and be like, no, Sarge, you've done it wrong?
Yes, although it's not till episode 4, which launches on Wednesday.
Alright, I'll make sure to get in episode 4 and be like, no, you ruined the whole run.
Yeah, but I pre-recorded up to episode 8, where at the start of episode 8, I was like, and now I'll go through all of my equipment and stuff, now that I've got a Hyperion shield, and at that point I realised that my class mod had been wrong for multiple episodes.
Oh, that's funny.
But because I then had to stop recording, because I have to wait for the actual episodes to get published and see what people want me to do, like end the run, do some sort of punishment, whatever, I then decided to do another challenge run. And so I recorded Dark Souls Remastered Randomized.
Oh no!
Starting on the 10th of January, twice a week. Yeah, the 10th of January, I really record ahead. There's going to be a challenge run of a randomizer of Dark Souls. Which, Caedo, I don't know if you watched Normal Adult Luke and his randomizer playthrough.
That's what he does, but I didn't really watch any of it. I don't know, I just see the thumbnails and I'm like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, I did that same run, so all items, enemies, and bosses are randomized. Which means at some points I'm facing the toughest bosses in the game in arenas which are not helpful. Like facing Manus in a tiny square box when normally you have a huge arena to fight him. Like, some things went really badly for me in this run, to the point of episode 21 is called Is This the End? Because I wanted to give up. And I did not think I could finish. I just had real bad luck for a couple of boss fights where I just had the wrong boss to spawn. But I was so close to the end that I have recorded the entire series.
Oh my goodness, Sarge.
Yeah, I've already done it all. It's a hell of a ride. Like, I genuinely might rewatch this myself when it comes out to relive it. Because I also get to show off just how good I am at Dark Souls now. Because I am genuinely great at this game at this point.
You're a real Dark Souls player now?
Yeah, there's one point where I'm running past a bunch of high-tier enemies and singing the Indiana Jones theme tune, and I do a jump roll dodge against attacks. I take no damage. It's great. It's genuinely great. And I can't wait till it comes out next year. But hey, the first 3 months of next year we'll have a great challenge run that we'll set up.
Hey, how about
that's
that?
Something to look forward to.
Nice.
Okay, Caedo, outro time.
Outro time. Okay, well, thank you everyone for hanging with us for this extra long episode of the PIPCAST 3000. Our tier lists seem to be getting longer, but maybe we'll have a shorter one or space it out next episode. So catch us next episode where we may do one of these every other Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Thank you to the supporters of this channel and the Caedo Genesis channel, listed on screen now, as well as Wasteland Legends, Sven and Rose. Thank you so much. And we hope to see you next time on the PIPCAST 3000. Bye-bye.